Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We are here and we are back in the blink of an eye, in the skip of a heartbeat. And wouldn't you know it, the football's back and we're here for a wee bit of deadline show action. I'm Quinny, and as always, of course, for the 7th season, we're joined by Harry Trades. Harry, my co-pilot, good to see you, my man. How's it going?
Great to see you, mate. Yeah, we're back. Fucking hell, it's been a while. It's been a while. I've been looking forward to this day for a couple months now. So now I'm absolutely buzzing to be back with you, mate. Yeah, I didn't realize how much I missed the routine of the old Friday morning streams to sort of kickstart the weekend. But yeah, no, it's been a nice break in a way because we've had so much like World Cup. We've done stuff, but yeah, to have that sort of regular every Friday slot is going to be it's going to be great. And we were talking yesterday when we were on the phone, or the day before, sorry, that we might have a few other bits in the works as well for stream ideas and whatever else. So yeah, it's gonna be a massive season, and yeah, appreciate everyone that's joining us.
Live and loud. Yes, good to see you all back for one more dance. And yeah, we were uh, on the phone for a fair wee bit the other day, just catching up with stuff and getting ready. Will we do a deadline show this week? Yeah, let's do it, and everything else that kind of filtered around that, because the football is back. That's the whole point of doing the show. You know, we've got SPFL kicking off, we've got MLS still rumbling on as well, of course, and there's a good bit of all-star stuff running around now. For Sorare 27, the deadline show might kind of like change a little bit, because Sorare announced earlier this week, which is what prompted me to phone Harry, in-season arenas are now going to kick off when match one of said competition kicks off, essentially. So the main deadline we're against the clock with on a Friday now is only really classic, which is All-Star, Champ, and U23. And there is some other bits and bobs, maybe I'm mistaken, but the in-season, like MLS and stuff, obviously, because that's on the old scale. But for all the new in-season arena stuff, you've got until like, I forget the rules, but it's like an hour or 2 hours before the first match kicks off. So, yeah, so we'll do our best to get across everything we can here, but, you know, it might not be, as the season goes on, you know, there might be some more pieces of the deadline show that factor into the weekend and whatever else as well. So any ideas or suggestions, always welcome. Me and Harry have done a few things at weekends over the years to try and get that secret sauce right, and feedback is always welcome. Anything we've done before, anything you'd recommend, or anything like that as well. But great to be back. And Harry, everyone's been approaching Sorare 27 from either a slightly different or a completely different point of view. It's been a while since me and you have been together on stream, and it's probably the first time we've been together to talk Sorare 27, essentially. I'm quite chuffed with my little strategy coming into it. I'm kind of operating on a bit of a budget as per, and I'm hyped. I'm pretty hyped. I'm excited. How are you feeling coming into Sorare 27?
Yeah, what you touched on that is so true, isn't it? This is probably the first season, more so than any other season, which it did apply, but I think it applies way more now, is that, yeah, you can play the game so differently to someone else. You know, like, yeah, that was true before, but now there is so many different, yeah, little silos off, you know, sort of offskirts on the game where you can just go and do some random little excursion, and it's so completely different to, you know, maybe the main parts of the game, which is, I guess, hot streaks and leaderboards, or, you know, pro and in-season arena this year. But yeah, no, I am really excited to answer the question. I'm taking a similar approach to last season, maybe a bit more conservative in a way, in that, like, I haven't really been bidding on loads of different auctions and like spreading myself. Oh, I've just bought you know, whatever, K-League card, which would never happen, but, you know, like an Eredivisie card, and it's like, oh, well, it's only 10 quid, let me just buy the rest of them now, type of thing. I haven't really done that as much this year. I did buy a couple of Hearts players, but other than the Hearts rares, I've not bought any other league, if that makes sense. Nothing. I'm trying to think. I was looking at the Championship yesterday. I will get a Championship team at some point. I'm just not getting the one-offs or whatever. What else? Yeah, I haven't really dove into anything. I'm obviously still waiting for La Liga to come through. So that'll be my one where I'm like, you know, allocate my resources to that, right? And then anything else is like, if I've got something, you know, sort of monetarily left over that I can, yeah, put to something else, fine. But until I've got my ducks in a row when it comes to La Liga Super Rare, I don't really want to go spending, not stupidly, because they could work out well, but I don't want to spend before getting that done.
Totally. I think, you know, the lesson we always learn over the years, and sometimes, you know, like I've kind of just went, I don't care, I'm just going to make the mistake of buying early because I want them for the small gains that are there for buying them early. But the lesson always comes, and it feels like, you know, from that last season to this season, probably been the most transferable in terms of previous year experience, because again, me and you were chatting about this yesterday, but Sorare 26 is probably the only season or the first season where Sorare like sold out. They maxed out card sales. There's a real consistent, market, like card, release kind of schedule, as it were. So the way they all came out. And last year when we were going into that for the first time, it was very different, for the volume of cards, instant buy, and the way they kind of staggered it out. There is some tweaks that they've made this time around, and I've noticed that it's super rare. I'm pretty sure a few other people have as well. It took ages to get a few of them out. And at rare, you're seeing slightly different trends to maybe at limited, but you can see the pattern from last year, maybe just a wee bit tweaked. And it feels like everyone who played last year just feels a wee bit more confident with who they're eyeing up and the prices, and like waiting for the limited to get to like number 40 or something before they're semi-reasonable. So it feels like everyone, like I said at the tip off, like they're either taking a slightly different approach from last year, like, okay, I'll just do this thing, but a wee bit different, or they're either going totally to one end of the scale or whatever, with different scarcities as well as the different game modes, which we'll get into as we go through the show. Because the main point of the show is to look at the weekend games, what we've got going on, and try and catch some of the predicted lineups that we need before the deadlines come down and maybe send us into DNP pain. But even for the classics that we've got deadlines for today, there is a wee bit of a hedge against that. We've got subs open to us. SO7's kind of now SO9, if you want to think of it like that. And that's that, along with anytime entry. I just feel a lot more confident with teams now, all of a sudden, because I was chatting about that yesterday, Harry. I think when I was on stream, somebody had brought up the classic conversation. And I was looking at my Fenerbahce boys, and as much as they did well for me last year, like there would be the odd, and I didn't really have this problem actually with Fenerbahce per se. It was mainly other teams, but you could pick a really good five, have a good fixture, set them, and the DNP would still wreck you. Even if you had good gallery space, good kind of cross sections and overlaps and whatever. So I don't really have any of that concern this year, which is nice, I think, isn't it?
No, 100%. The good thing from 26 to 27 is that, or one of, I guess, is that like classic hasn't changed at all, really.
Yeah,
meaning it's the exact same comps. Yeah, okay, you can obviously argue prizes might be skewed differently in the sense like there's less cards but bulkier essence, just after the card rewards and stuff. I'm not saying it's getting any easier, because it's not, but classic's the same. So like, that's I guess not nice, but it's just a thing you don't have to deal with. And then obviously in season has changed. We've got the split, and there's loads of different spots to play now. And I just think focusing on a couple or one really sort of diligently will probably be everyone's best bet, without being like a mega whale where you can just afford to just do everything. And not that there's no consequences, but you need the time and you need the resources to do so. But I think hyper focusing this year on a comp, two comps, whatever, however your gallery looks, and having the classic sort of hopefully just churn you bits of essence over the weekends that can accumulate to random cards if they fit your strategy. Great, if not, sell, and kind of move on. So no, I'm really excited, to be fair. We got the subs. There's loads of little like frictiony bits that can easily get forgotten, because we were sitting in this position last year. You get a DMP and there's just no lifeline. At least there's something now we can cling on to with the one sub. I think it will be improved at some point. I don't know whether they'll touch it this year, but just give two random, like don't make it goalie only. Just make it any position. I think there's an element of that, because goalies don't really DMP that much compared to an outfielder, especially when you've got 6 of them lined up. In one lineup, the odds are the outfielder is going to DMP more than the goalkeeper. It's just basic, right? So I'd like the choice, but other than that, mate, no, I am excited, and I'm excited from a content perspective as well. Like, imagine we hop on stream on a Saturday or Sunday, and like I mentioned to Nep a billion times, but the whole microdosing, the Nep strategy, like I've got 150 quid in my wallet, you've got 150 quid in your wallet, and we just buy our way through some streaks, or like try to, sell the cards next, and just kind of see how that even looks. Is it viable? And I think there's some nice storylines there.
Yeah, I liked all that microdosing chat. I kind of think of the Nepenfest strategy as like basically doing like sets, isn't it? It's like perma set.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We're buying every set card effectively. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like perma set for the season. He doesn't need to worry about a new cycle coming out in that sense.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of merit and a lot of strength to it. It's also caused a lot of discussion and division, which I've loved listening to all sides of. But I think he's, like, let's see how all that stuff does. But that's kind of the same angle I've approached this with. I've kind of had a strategy video out earlier this week. If anyone wants to hear it in more detail, I think it came out on Monday. But I've bought 7 teams in the SPFL. I've not bought St Mirren or St Johnstone, so no Saints, and none of the top 3 from last year, just because of the prices of them. So I've kind of went to go economic everywhere else, and we'll kind of see how it pans out throughout the weekend. But I've got some rare throwaway leaderboard pieces. Maybe they could become a streak 4 or 5 team when I'm ready for that as well over time, So I like the whole, like, I do think maybe not quite that perma set that like Nep's trying to build, but again, like, even when you play sets, you can do some steps quite easily without having big collections and having like all the versions of cards and whatever, So it is like the microdose kind of element of it. I'm kind of in that same category as you in a roundabout way. I just never really thought of it. I'm just thinking more as like streamlined budget. I've kind of got to the point now where I'm looking at all those teams, just making sure I've got a handcuff at every role. Because like Kilmarnock, I woke up this morning and I had 1 defender, 1 mid, and 5 forwards. So it's like, a bit sensitive to like the defender or the mid screwing me over, So like things like that. I'm just like, okay, let's just get an insurance policy here or there if we can. I don't want to buy anything else. I just kind of want to have these little rigs, these little spines, like you say, buy yourself through the early streaks until we get to the big stuff. Or hopefully the rares are maybe a bit more cost effective, and maybe some of that prize money along the way maybe helps yourself into that. And also, Sorare have given us the ability to give away $20 of market credits on every video and every stream. And guys, I want to do that today as we're back on here. I'll be cashing this one in for myself. Harry, if he's on up today, I'm sure he'll be able to do the same for you guys. But what I'm going to do it with, because I just want to promote the show being back today, is I put this tweet out, which just says everywhere that the show is, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You can find this and like, retweet, comment, and I'll pull a random one of these out at the end of the show today to get $20 of market credits. Like, retweet, comment, don't care about follows or anything. And if you could leave a comment, maybe just leave your receipt on the internet, a big call, a hot take for the season ahead, even the weekend, whatever it might be, get them in the replies. Let's make it exciting. And maybe I won't pull a random one, actually. Maybe we'll hand pick one. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Hot takes. That's it. Let's just firm this up. Hot takes.
Take. Yeah.
And we'll pick our favourite. Me and Harry will decide our favourite. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Like, retweet, comment. Yeah. And we will inspect. I did this the other day. I will inspect who you've retweeted and liked. I will look into that. I can see that stuff, so you will not escape. Anyway, great to see you all back here. Smash the like button. Get into the live chat. Drop the fist bumps on arrival. So they're own and control the internet, guys, and they mean business this year. DNPs are still probable. We've still yet to get to crafting. Who knows how much luck we're going to need on our side for that. So if you haven't done so already, take your phone out of your pocket, change the tab on your screen, smash the like button. The more likes we get, the more scouts and managers we find, the more intel we get as we come into the weekend and try and make sure we've got all that latest and greatest of information to build the best teams that we possibly can. And we always start off with the matchups tab, which I am beaming to see that the hoops are top of, which is a nice change of pace for a while. So great to see that we're back, and it's as if nothing ever happened. Good to see it.
Yeah, it's like nothing changed, Quinny. But no, yeah, we've got matchups tab. Leagues are back this week. What have we got, Quinny? Austria, Croatia. No Saints, no taste. Yeah, he's not wrong. Ian, he's not wrong. And then, of course, yeah, the SPFL. I don't think there's any other in-season leagues that are back. If I'm forgetting, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's not a vintage matchups tab, Quinny, is it? By any stretch. But there's a few teams at home that, yeah, could pose some interesting, situations. Celtic play Monday night, so that's, for streaking, it's a very interesting game that's like sort of left out of the weekend in a way. If you are looking to sort of microdose your way up to some SPFL streaks, and if you've got Celtic cards to, get you over some sort of jump, one of the higher streaks, and that could be a play there. But yeah, I'm seeing Salzburg at home to Hartberg, big favourites in that one. Other than that, we're looking at a bunch of classic sort of teams, mainly in Contender, Budos and Valets and Krasnodars. I guess Russia's playing again. The midgets are at home. I think they played yesterday as well at a smashing win. I think it was like 6-0.
Yeah.
In Europe. But yeah, other than that, bits of Mexico.
Was all over the timeline yesterday.
Yeah, I actually saw that tweet. They were like, "Yeah, this kid's gonna explode," type of thing. And actually, yeah, I think I saw the exact one. We've obviously got MLS still ongoing. Leagues Cup kicks in next week.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah, we've got a bit of Rangers tonight away to Dundee United. But other than that, mates, yeah, New York City tonight as well. You gonna stay up to
60%.
watch?
If it's tonight, aye, I will be.
Yeah, it is. Well, it might be midnighty for you, but yeah, it is
Aye,
definitely.
aye, New
I think
York
it's
at home.
7:30 kickoff for me.
Aye, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, so that should be fun. Both my teams up against each other here, Quinny. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
covering both sides.
opposite stacks. Dorsch has got in-season cards, Quinn. I don't know whether you saw, but they are out.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dorsh.
Dorsch is out. Nellis
How long have we waited for
reincarnated.
this time to be good again, man? Please
I
work,
know.
please work. Should be amazing in MLS.
Should be great.
Like Aidan Morris, that's the sort of thing I'm hoping
Yeah,
for.
like an
Like,
older head Aidan Morris, isn't he?
uh,
Been around the block a few times, and yeah, I think he could provide a bit of stability to
Dorsh
Toronto.
and Blaze and Werner.
I know. It's like you've taken over as chairman of MLS and gone. Yeah, we need to quinify this league a little bit more. Let's bring in some of the stars that you've been banging on about for the last couple of years, and yeah, bring them to life. So it should be fun. He's actually set to feature tonight.
Oh, is he? Wow.
Well, as in he's in the squad definitely. Yeah, I just don't know if he's going to start, but yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's just like a who's who of Contender effectively sprinkled in with a bit of MLS if we're talking match odds, mate. But no, I'm excited. It's still there's still bits to chew on. Obviously, the SPFL being the only single league comp that's like out now, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
because we've got Austria and
Contender.
Croatia. Austria and Croatia grouped into Contender, right? Or rest of the world maybe in Super Rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I've got a couple teams, a couple in-season teams. Got the Hearts boys, and I've got the rest of the world team as well for Super Rare with a bunch of SPFL boys, just to farm some essence, see what we can do. Buzzing for it, excited.
Craig Hunt brings up a great question, which I think is very good for the show today. Would you play Celtic and Rangers stacks in streaks for leaderboards? Now, both of them are the opposite ends of the game week. Rangers has to be streak one, and Celtic is potentially, is there 6 match days? If you were to hit through them all,
You could, you could. Yeah, I did it
Celtic,
on video yesterday. There is 6 different game slots. Yeah.
Yeah, so for this weekend only. So I think the Rangers one's weird. If you've got enough Rangers cards, I would try and do both, because it is a low scoring streak. So if you have I don't know, the best 5, they're probably quite leaderboard friendly, because people will keep those Celtic stacks, I think, for Monday night if they're on step anything 3, 4, 5, anything, by the time you get there. So I think Celtic are maybe more likely to be held away from the leaderboard as a complete stack, because you're so much further away from lineup news. Engels today, West Ham have agreed verbal terms. Engels might not be making the match by Monday, the way things are sounding right now, so I could see Celtic being very streak, I'd probably say 90%, 80% streak deployed, whereas Rangers being at the beginning of the game week, it's the lowest score you need. If you've got enough Rangers cards where you can split, I would try and have the value Rangers team in streaks, which is maybe a wee bit of a gamble and you're maybe underestimating the streak, but I would put the buff Rangers stack in leaderboard, because you're going to get a bigger score. And when you see that clipping you for 360 on streak, you will be a bit gutted when it hits 480 or whatever, you know what I mean, if they smash. Yeah. So that's kind of how I see it. How do you see it, Harry?
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, I'm assuming he means limited. He hasn't stated, but I'm going to assume limited.
Sure.
I don't know what the numbers look like. I guess we could actually have a look, because this was one of my calls, Quinny, before the season. I wasn't convinced that the limited leaderboard in season arena numbers would be that different to the in-season rare numbers. I'm assuming they'll be bigger, but I don't think it's going to be 3x, but I could be completely wrong. I do want to just go in and see, because I'm actually really interested.
We used to look at leaderboard head counts back in the day. That was a big strategy point.
It was a massive strategy point. Okay, so this is it, I believe. What's your guess, Quinny? How many people do you think are currently in the limited SPFL leaderboard?
2,000.
Do you really?
I don't know. I'm just saying a number.
I don't even think I don't even think that's possible. But if it is, okay, yeah, 800. Fine. There's just not enough cards out, right? Okay, so I haven't looked at the rare one. I'm in it, but I haven't seen an updated number, and it wasn't much higher than like 200 the last time I looked a couple days ago. I'm gonna go with 350 on the rare, and I still think that might be a bit
Before you
high.
change, where does the limited pay out to, position-wise on the leaderboard? Is it more? Yeah.
No,
Every-
yeah. So
everything's
there's
guaranteed.
essence, but it's basically really hard to win cash. Really hard.
But everyone's guaranteed essence right now, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's guaranteed 500 essence right now, yeah. So,
Buzz.
rare, I'm going to say 350. 270. Wow, okay. So it's like
Where does that go down
3x.
to?
It's like 3x right now. So you're guaranteed basically 1,000 essence, almost. Yeah. It's pretty fun.
That's going to change because people are going to see this now, but
For sure.
good to know.
And yeah, there's 5 hours left. It will grow, but okay, so it's like 3x. Do you know what? I assumed it actually would be less if I was to bet on it before looking at it. But 3x isn't incredibly, different in that sense. Like, I do think whatever. But basically, to answer the question, I wouldn't be playing. If you've got 4 different stacks, as Craig says, it seems like he's set up to play streaks, in my opinion, especially if they're limited cards. Like, there's 5 places to win. I know you can win essence, fine, but I think I'd just try and speed run the streaks this weekend, especially if you've got Celtic and Rangers, because like you said, one's at the start. You've got Aberdeen, Hibs, and Hearts in there too. So can you do like 2 streaks with them? You might be on streak 4 for Celtic if if you play it well enough. You could be on streak 5 technically if you've got 5 stacks, but I don't know how that's going to fall as far as like where Aberdeen is, Hibs, and Hearts in the game week. I know they're Saturday and Sunday, but whenever they are, I guess we could just look. But I think I just play them all in streaks, to be honest. I don't think I'd bother with leaderboard if they're limited cards, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Because there's only 5, like, the chances of cashing, I know there's essence, but like, yeah, I think they're just so slim.
But what's the payout for Rangers on streak 1? I suppose it's not really a fair
I think it's 1,000
comparison because
essence,
it's
isn't it?
yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
it's the value of getting going into the other streaks, I suppose, as well, isn't it?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a craft. Like, it's not like it's 200 essence or anything. It is, a craft if you hit it with Rangers, which was 320 points. You'd like to think they could.
Yeah,
And then you're sort of off to the races. But, so when does, Aberdeen play Hearts. So you could hedge your bets, I guess, on the second streak. Like have a Heart stack, have an Aberdeen stack, hope to hit the 360. And then, what do you say, Hibs at home to Motherwell. I mean, it's not a gimme, is it? Do they hit 380? I'm not entirely sure.
There's a 380 score in that match. I don't know how you're going to get it, but
yeah. And
Hibs had a mad comeback last night. Motherwell have been doing well in the qualifiers. They're both in a wee bit of tempo.
So basically, his upside is $20 this weekend on Celtic. This weekend, of course, then he sets himself up for 2 massive streaks next weekend.
Yeah.
Because he has to play Hearts and Aberdeen at the same level. Like, you can't, obviously they're the same game, right? So he could have cleared step 4 this weekend if everything goes right. And then he has 150, he has, 440 to try and hit next weekend, and then ultimately the higher one if he can. And he'll have the pick of the bunch, right? I know Hearts are at home next week. I'm guessing Rangers are, but I don't know.
I'm not looking at next week yet.
Yeah, neither have I. But just because they're away this week, they're probably at home, and Celtic probably away. So I like the look of that. I like setting myself up for those 2 streaks, or this streak at least for next week, because it's all double bubble right now, isn't it? The streak, or 3 times, I guess, for this streak. Normally $50, you'll get 150 this time. So that would be my, I'd just because of the payouts right now, it tripled and doubled or whatever. I'd try and streak it for a bit and just get a feel of it. And if you don't really enjoy it and whatever, then start throwing things into leaderboard next week.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think I stay with my answer. If you've got enough Rangers cards, do both. If you've got enough, because 320 is a bit.
Definitely put a lineup in, but maybe just get like a classic keeper in or something. Just make it. Just do like a bare bones, Rangers stack in leaderboards, and then keep all your good cards for the actual streaks. Personally,
yeah, aye. So some big scores coming. I'll be watching this game tonight. We're doing all the analysis. I had a full SPFL preview on Scottish Football Daily. It's fully time stamped. If there's just a club you want to go and check out, with me and Hendo. Hendo did his homework, scouting all of the teams. I've been keeping on top of everything. It's a really good podcast. So if any of you haven't watched it, feel free to check it out. And there'll be more to follow. So, I'm looking forward to this game tonight. I've got a Dundee United stack, and I've kind of got the same little kind of question mark. I was kind of looking at it and thinking, damn, maybe just put Dundee United in leaderboard because, like if they do something against Rangers, maybe they score quite big, But so the whole leaderboard decision, I think, is going to be quite fun. I'm probably going to try and build a team out of expected loose ends because I've got some depth, but I kind of don't think there's much jeopardy on some of the lineups for this weekend. I suppose it's probably the first lineups we should. Or will we do Scotland now? Or what will we do, Harry?
I mean, yeah, I'd go through all the in-season ones first and just see what we're left with. We don't have to do Celtic, Scotland right now. We could just go H&L and Austria just because, wherever, and just save the best till last,
Alphabetical, Austria, Croatia, Scotland.
True. Yeah, we'll go alphabetical in season and then we'll just mix and match some of the classics. But come on then, let's kick off Austria.
Had the likes.
Get the likes in. I know Austria, Vienna played last night. I think they won 3-1 in Europe and they're away to the Pellets, first game of the season. Still same keeper from last year, Polster still in goal. I don't know a ton. Well, Veroni's there. Adjiman, I guess, was there last year. Wimmer was as well, as was this guy. Maybe weren't. I'm pretty sure I recognise his face from somewhere else. But then, yeah, Big Agustin still alive. Same keeper. Lee still there, the left wing back. Yeah, I think we're near enough a very similar team. I do love this part of the season though, where like you're just figuring out like who's actually any good and all those type of data points. It's just impossible in pre-season really to gauge it. But yeah, it's so fun when all the first games have kicked off. Lask at home looks quite similar.
Yeah,
Andrade. Ljubitic is back involved. Remember him from Dynamo?
Yeah.
Sasha.
He was in Austria before as well, I think.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he played Rapid, then he went to Dynamo. And then, Lang, Adrian, or whatever his name is, the one from St. Louis. This lad was at...
I've got him in a Seattle collection. He's a Seattle OG legend.
He's a Seattle OG.
Champions League winner, I'll have you know.
Wow. I won his St. Louis Super Rare. And then he moved. I was like, I'm not going to need this card. He ended up actually scoring a few goals last year.
He's decent.
Yeah, he's decent. And then Xavier Muyamba, whatever his name is, he was at Volendam. He was in Holland, Volendam, centre half. He's massive. He's like 6'6".
Hot prospect. Linked to Celtic a few times.
Yeah, I wonder because Lasker bought Freckleton as well. I thought that was a bit of a mad. Yeah,
the depth with Freckleton behind. Freckleton I thought was quite good against Celtic, but I was only option with him. He was a good left back.
He really was.
It's not a huge surprise. It's maybe surprising because it's a Champions League team in air quotes, but
true.
It's not. The guy played well. If you watch the games, you'd think, he could do a shift for something.
Yeah, and he's pretty young. He's like 22, 23. He's still got a few years ahead of him.
I can see him coming in.
Donovan Pine still scores pretty well, to be fair. A little little random MLS lad. And
pretty sure he's got big head rookies.
Oh, he does. Yeah. He definitely has big heads, 100%.
Yeah. He's been around forever.
Salzburg
I thought Baidu was leaving. I thought.
Ooh, isn't there two Baidus?
I thought it was that one. I thought that Baidu was going to Bruges or something.
No, the defender one's left.
Was it the defender one?
They're like brothers, I think.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
I see one was going to Bruges. I thought it was Edmund here. Fair enough. I was going to say when you mentioned Salzburg earlier, by the way, former Rangers manager now in charge, Danny Rowe. So Salzburg maybe get their act together a wee bit. First time they've had a kind of semi-senior manager for a while since that Geisel guy who's now the Newcastle manager after a wee trip to Saudi. After he left, they've kind of not really had anyone decent. So I'm saying, but anyway, Rowe's get big experience by comparison to other managers they've had recently. So maybe I could shake them up.
Barry was at somewhere in Austria, like a lesser team, and he's obviously got his big move to Salzburg. He scored really well last year, despite being on I can't remember what team he was. They played in like a red or a pink, I'm sure. But Kitano's still there. Obviously, my boy Yorbe. Kratzig maybe has a bit of competition at left back, sadly. They've got an under-23 keeper as well. Not very familiar with Kevin Boma. Melberg, I do recognise their name.
He had a rookie last year. That's all.
Did he? Yeah. Is
Didn't play.
Kjaersgaard still alive? That's a good question.
Yeah,
Apparently, but yeah, he's a weird one, isn't he? Like, never really have got going. Like, always like an injury away, and yeah, he's a very strange one. Strange case study, I think, because he could have. He's been so many times where he's had Champions League nights, he's lit it up, and then like never really kicked on, has he? Move wise,
yeah. Injuries, I think, always come around for him, don't they?
definitely. And then we got the Rapid boys, very similar. Seedorf and Yusuf Demirs, Karas, Hadel in goal still, Rax Yao in centre back. Sorry, I don't know much about
Yeah,
Tony
same.
Adamson. No face, no case. My Altach boys, Stojanovic still in goal. Zech is
Nice.
still alive. Griel still going. He's a decent little player. Take some set pieces and stuff now and again. I don't know much about the middle four here from last year anyway. So yeah, interesting to see how all that shakes out. And then we've got newly promoted. Is it Leicester now? Leicester now. We've had these before, haven't we? I'm sure we
Listen
have.
now, yeah. They had a
Yeah.
baller. They had some random Brazilian guy that could always score well. Can't remember his name. Yeah, it wasn't like a great guy. It was a wee budget kind of baller, but I'm raging looking at a Salzburg collection. I was going to buy. I've got a Salzburg collection from last year, which is like Kjaergaard, Ajal Begovic, and a few other bits and pieces. Kratzig, and there's like three. There's like two rookie goalkeepers. That Melberg is a rookie, and there was somebody else. I was like, oh yeah, I'll buy them, and they're like cheap, and nobody's looking at them. And now the rookie keeper is playing. The other rookie keeper is going to another team and playing, and then that Melberg is starting. I'm like, oh
That's
god, man.
mental.
It's not that they're not expensive, but they're just. I want them to be cheap. They're not cheap.
Yeah. You wanted to buy them at £5, not 15.
Aye, totally.
But yeah, Reed versus Leicester now here.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. And then we end on Tyrol at home to Sturm Graz.
I was trying to watch out for the boy Wilfinger. Where's he been at?
Who's that one? Sorry.
Wilfinger. He was like a smasher last year. And I was doing gallery reviews yesterday. His name came up again. He looked the part. I didn't see him there. Maybe I missed the team or. But he's like just a random guy. Smashes. I think he's
For Reed or.
I can't remember. So I was kind of looking out. Like, what team is he in again? Maybe Hartberg.
Yeah, we'll go back to Hart. But yeah, that does ring a bell. This Jalen Mitchell has been scoring really well for Sealy.
Yeah. He slayed against Hearts.
Yeah, a couple of big scores in those guys. What was it, Hartberg?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy?
Wilfinger.
Yeah.
He's in.
Love it. Big fab. So that is Austria out of the way. Moving on to the HNL. Kicking things off with Zagreb, 83% win percentage at home to Slaven. I think this is tonight. So make sure you're streaking with your Dynamo boys. If you can. Stoik's back. Bello's back. Misic. Zakic, whatever his name is.
Orsic.
Orsic, yeah, wow. Yeah, Jesus. Is he the one that broke his leg?
Yeah, he was like went everywhere and didn't do
He was
well.
at Southampton, wasn't he?
And Trabzonspor and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know much about Topic. Sergi's still alive. I've just got all the backup defenders, as you can see. Galesic, Radelic, and Goda. And then, yeah, Flipovic in goal. Interesting. Okay.
Livakovic meant to be signing soon, isn't he?
Of course, yeah. They had a week. They were like 2-0 down midweek. I think they ended up winning 3-2 in the end. But yeah, smash fixture on paper. If you can get it right. I mean, you don't need to get it right with any time entry, I guess. But for the old leaderboards, Varazdean split. I've noticed one of my ex Heracles players is now a little centre back. He had some big scores in his day. Puskas is still alive. Don't know much. Oh, Sego's still going. I saw you did that person was trying to buy the unique or something yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't really know how that panned out, but hey, Sego's back for more.
Sego's back. Yeah, Tavares. I think he came from Portugal. Don't know much else about the Tavares team. Yeah,
normally a struggling team.
Yeah, they normally are. Easter at home to Lokomotiva Zagreb. Those odds are kind of funny. Like Istra are normally terrible, isn't they? I guess
Yeah.
Zagreb have regressed equally, but yeah, Istra are favourites at home. Couldn't tell you a thing. Oh yeah, Gorican. He used to play for Zagreb, maybe.
Oh, your
Yeah,
revenge game in the making.
little revenge game there, Silvio.
Yeah, I don't really recognise much of either of these teams. There's normally like a defender or a mid for one of these teams that just is like consistent 60 pumper, like
Just rack up AAs and tackles and
clearances and
those.
stuff. Aye.
Yeah. And then we have the Rijeka boys at home to Rudez. I don't know how to pronounce that. Another Zagreb team, which is nice. So that'll be 3 Zagreb teams in the main league now. Top league.
Probably another one that's not really.
It's probably a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Rijeka's probably in that. Yeah, I know it's not, but no in Croatia. But my boy Jank's still alive. Tony Fruk still hasn't got his move somehow. Dantes is a smash. Yeah, if they can keep hold of him, there's a team here.
Rudez are normally the pure weapon boys as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I feel like they got relegated a few years ago maybe, and have jumped back up.
Yeah, they were the team that were like a boxing match every weekend, just like 5-0. So
that was it. That Silvio kid used to play for Gorica, I'm pretty sure. Just came into my head randomly. Gorica Ozcek?
Yep.
Dolcek, my boy, got rid of the unique last year. Probably should have kept him, but here we are.
Back to where it all began, back in Croatia.
Back in Croatia. I don't know much about any of these Gorica boys, honestly, but they're all nailed, which is nice. Yeah. This guy used to score pretty well. Omerovic. Emirovic. I'm sure he was like their set piece guy at one point. Keep an eye on him. But yeah,
Gorica's very close to Zagreb, 15 minutes away.
Interesting.
That's been
50 mins. Wow. Okay. I know. Zhao says, yeah, Fruk's still at Rijeka. How is this possible? I know. Yeah. Mental. Absolutely mental. Come on then. We get to the best league in the world.
You heard the
dreams become reality.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. Smash the likes. If you've not done so already, we've got $20 to give away on the tweet. We spoke about it earlier, but don't forget it. We'll be back for that soon.
100%. Right, we're starting with Ian's newly promoted side, St. Johnston.
No Saints, no taste.
No Saints, no taste. At home to the Kilmarnock. Kind of an evenly contested game on paper. I don't think there'd be much in it, despite one team obviously getting promoted. I know you were quite high on Kilmarnock with the zillion forwards this year, Quinny. But yeah, did Bailey Rice sign permanently, or what's that from? Because he's a Rangers lad on loan. Yeah.
So he's getting like the Finlay Curtis treatment this year. So he's getting the development loan to play all the time. Bailey Rice is kind of like, I was listening to our Scottish stuff. It kind of reminds you, because I don't follow Rangers youth players typically, but had a higher reputation until Lennon Miller debuted. But like coming through youth football, it was like he was seen like way above him.
The man. Yeah.
And also Lennon Miller's obviously, the man. So big chance for him to see if he can fulfill potential and all the rest of it. But St. Johnson, not to be underrated. Ian was saying to me that the boy Gullen was on like all the set pieces last year. Surprising to see he's not on to start, but I like the manager, and the boy Macaulay Tate's got a good engine. Jason Holt's got some experience. Defence is good enough. I think the goalkeeper's got big pedigree from last year. Good experience. Shot stopper. They've got a lot of shots to face probably against a Kelly team that will be coming out to throw the kitchen sink. But St. Johnson at home will score a goal in this. I think. I don't think this will be one-way traffic. I think Kelly's the team to stack here. You just try and get a few forwards to link up. 100%. Hugel and John Jules or something. But Kelty's obviously the man, but he's so much more expensive.
Yeah, because he's a forward card this year. Is that right?
Yeah. And he's captain, so he's nailed to play. Number 10, mainly on a lot of sets. So price is way different to any other Kelly player, so I'm kind of working around that for now. But I say St. Johnson are definitely no mugs, and there's a good goalkeeper in there for sure. The boy Diabate or maybe one of their defenders may end up being quite pairable, and depending where the goals come from. Like St. Johnson, not to be written off, especially at home, but I like the look of Kelly this year. All the signings they've brought in the front line, that even the starters, but then the guys that come off the bench. The boy Owen, young player of the year in Wales last year for think it was Barrytown. You were
He was, yeah.
talking about this other day. That boy Ring comes from Lincoln Town or some team like that in England. The boy Mathurin comes from Slovenian football, where he did all right last year. He's English, and he came out of an academy but went away for first team football. And then the boy Silencio is pretty handy as well. So like, there's like a full other front line that Kilmarnock can bring off the bench later in the game, depending on how they want to roll with it. So I just think they're going to be front foot, and for SO5, that's decisives are your goal. You know, you want decisives.
Yeah. No, yeah, there's definitely an interesting proposition there with all the forwards. Yeah, goals either side, it smells like in that game. And then we get to Aberdeen Hearts. Completely new look Hearts team, really, on paper. What are we feeling for both of these, Quinn?
This is a big one. I think Aberdeen could be like a big team this year. I think they've got all the minerals, all the ingredients there to really like live up to the potential. We'll see how it shakes out. Hearts obviously kind of on the back foot after the Sturm Graz defeats, but a lot of people in Scotland are giving it like, Hearts are, they've lost it and da-da-da and whatever. And it wasn't too long ago they were all saying, missing McInnes and Shankland and Devlin's no big deal. Look at all the signings we've made. So it's one of these things where you do need to keep it balanced. Like, those guys were a big part of the club, big part of the changing room, big part of the success and the kind of everything that momentum-wise was carrying out of last year. And maybe the manager's better, maybe some of these signings are better, but they're not going to be on day one when they don't know each other's names and they're not familiar on the pitch and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So the level you need to get to for Sturm Graz for the Hearts team is way higher than what it is domestically. I think they're going to be fine for the most part. But I think coming into this game, Aberdeen are really licking their lips. Kevin Nisbet has been on fire in the League Cup. I think he scored 6 goals in 3 games, something like that. One of them games being a hat-trick. Connor Ronan's my pick for midfielder, SO5 pick of the season. Bredo looked really good in Austria. I think he'll look really good in the SPFL. It's going to be a really tough. And Marius Miller's a handy enough keeper. We've seen how good Swallow was last year. There's no reason why he's just not Aberdeen Swallow, really, for the most part. But the boy Tom Renaud at Hearts has got huge potential. That front three, Kizaridis, Gwendou's, and Calvin Miller in support of Braga, looks like it could have goals all over it as well. So this will be a really fun game to watch. I don't know how it's going to go. And I think it's like the second or third game? So you're going to need like 400 odd points maybe from this match.
Yeah, I think it's like 380 or 3 something.
Yeah, maybe 380 or 410. I forget what one it will fall at. But you'll need a kind of decent score out of this game. And I don't know where it'll come from, but I think the scores will be there. Maybe it's a hybrid you need to kind of build. Or maybe it's one team smashes the other. But both teams have got everything you would want coming into this one. And a brave man to call how it's going to go.
First game of the seasons are just crapshoots, aren't they, for the most part?
Yeah.
Liam King says I would have Barsi or Barsai ahead of Kizaridis in the first one, potentially. Maybe Braga drops back deeper, and then, Barsi's at the 9, potentially. Or definitely would be if he was to start. Ironically, the only 90. I think first games of the season, like, no one should be 90%. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so hard to actually know, especially when they've played midweek. It's a very hard job to do. Ooh.
Liam King, the Hearts fan, is willing to put the white flag up for this one. Yeah.
Wow.
Going up to Aberdeen's a tough trip. You know what I mean? It is a tough away game, Pittodrie.
Especially first game.
Yeah.
Come on then. The Hoops.
Celtic Dundee. This is so me and McBride went over this yesterday. Trusty is just about back in town. 50-50 between him and Dane Murray. Kind of try and avoid that if you can. I think Alistair Johnson starts this game because it's flag day and all the rest of it, but he didn't play in the friendly, and it feels like he might be on the cusp of a transfer. It's very dodgy at right back. Engels, we spoke about earlier, is McBride has to put 60s in here rather than 50s, the way that Sorare inside works. Engels might not be in the building come Monday night, so watch out for that. Everything else kind of picks itself. You know, Vickers is going to start, Tierney will play, McGregor will play, Durant and Ho will play. Negren I would expect to start, but Negren and McKeown are maybe on that kind of coin flip where they'll play the 90 between them, who starts and who comes off the bench. And Yang and Forrest are maybe similar in that regard, but I would edge it towards Yang, just because I think Martin O'Neill will want a good impression for the season ahead. And as much as Forrest shouldn't be fatigued or knackered or anything, Yang just has more energy and a bit more kind of zest or whatever. So I think that's pretty much the Celtic team. It's kind of hard to argue past that. If it's not Engels, it will be Ox, I think is the way I would see it. Could be McKeown, but I think it's probably Ox. Unlikely to Nick, he starts. I don't know what, yeah, there's not really much else to say. Yeah, team's kind of set in its ways. Dundee, I actually think are a pretty good shout for top 6 this year. And again, we're chatting about those dilemmas. I'm almost certainly putting my Dundee team in leaderboard because there's no way I'm playing it in streaks against Celtic.
Yeah.
Absolutely
especially
no chance.
At the end, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. Yeah, so I've got that set to go into leaderboard already. And if they were to do something, then it's on the leaderboard. We might bag something, so cool, fun by that. But I think they'll be good this year. I'm not necessarily saying against Celtic at Celtic Park on Flag Day, but I think Dundee could be all right in general. Some decent players, small squad. Stephen Presley doing well to get the most out of individuals. But I think this is like Celtic 5-0 or something, really. I think Casper Ho could get a hat-trick. Duran's looked great in pre-season. It's hard to call the rest of the squad to say who you could see standing out in this game, but if I was building a stack today, I'm going Sinisalo, Tierney, McGregor, Duran, and Ho. That's the way forward. To go. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So yeah, if not, you're maybe adding Vickers in for whoever you kind of get out the forwards, but that's the safest one for the team. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, smash fixture, end of the game week, so it's an interesting place. It'll probably stop a lot of people playing limited versions of like the main 5 in leaderboard in that sense. In limited, they'll probably save them for streaks, but like you said with the Ranger stuff, you could easily go and put another 5 of Celtic in that aren't the main 5 in leaderboards if you've got the depth, right?
Yeah, like an AJ and a Engels and a Yang. And
you go AJ, Vickers, Negren because he's in season mid, and then whatever up front. Yeah, there's options, especially if you've got loads of the team you can split. If you've got 10 players, you can split them, right? As long as you've got 2 keepers.
Totally.
So there is that element of the game that's maybe forgotten, but if you've only got the 5, then obviously there is you need to make a decision.
And then we get Falkirk, Mirren.
Yeah, Falkirk's in Mirren. Any big changes at these 2 clubs, manager-wise or anything?
No, both managers that are there finished the season last year. I'm just kind of looking at the teams that they've got here. I kind of like Falkirk to do well again, but they've got big shoes to fill with Calvin Miller and Barney Stewart leaving. Just looking at that, I actually have none of those forwards. I've got 2 forwards for Falkirk, and I don't have any of them expected to play, which is great fun. So maybe see how that goes. The Mirren have done all right business. The boys Stula looks all right. Killian Phillips actually hotly linked that move to the MLS, so watch out for that.
Yeah.
He's a good player. I don't know how well he would do in MLS, though, to be honest with you. Like, he's a good player. I'm sure he would, IRL be fine, but Sorare-wise, I'm not sure it's a good situation. If it's Houston he goes to as well, which I think was the rumour, he's not going to start.
Ooh. Yeah, they've got loads of midfielders. Absolutely tons.
Yeah. The boy Samu Ramos came from the same team that Kizaridis was at last year, or the year before.
Ooh, okay.
And he did better than Kizaridis for that team, which is just kind of a funny thing. So the boy Ramos is one to watch out for in that regard. Otherwise, it's a lot of similar names and faces. The boy Chapman's a keeper who was in the Australia World Cup team, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
And he's a Huddersfield or a Bournemouth academy kid, plays with the ball at his feet a little bit. So might be good to watch out for him.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Falkirk big favourites though on paper. Let's see how it shakes out.
Oh, really?
IRL. Well, 50%.
I'm backing Falkirk for stacks, but
50% win percentage. Yeah.
This will be an interesting one. The 2 teams that have had qualifiers facing off against each other.
Yeah.
Somebody's mentioned it in the chat, but Chris Cadden, the right wing back, has left Hibs for Aberdeen today. So he won't play for Hibs. He probably won't play for Aberdeen either. But watch out for that for your stacks and your collections. Jason Kerrs came in. He was captain of St Johnstone, I think, at the back when St Johnstone won a cup double a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a Hibs fan by all accounts. Has played for a few teams in England. I think Wigan is where he came from. I might be getting that wrong. But he's a big addition into defence, I think. Paslak is still in town, was really good. They've still held on to Chaiwa and Mulligan. Martin Boyle's still in town. And Nathan Lowe's came up on loan from Stoke, saying he's going to be top scorer this year for Hibs. Fancies himself as a target man. So there's a lot of things to like about Hibs. First leg against that team was terrible, but they really turned around last night. And Motherwell, Massimini's still in town. The boy Willie Voigt looks like a decent Elijah Just replacement stylistically. Whether he can actually fill the shoes, we'll wait and see. Dylan Williams playing in midfield has been pretty wild as well. Kind of the Elliot Watt replacement, but he's a left wing back from Chelsea Academy.
Wow. Okay.
So maybe Welsh. No, is he English? I forget. I think he's English. Sorry. Girdwood Reich has come in from a team in Australia and done really well. And the boy Martin Moorman was very good for an AA defender in Austria. Scored an absolute worldie on his debut from centre back.
No way.
An absolute banger. Yeah, Thadinger done the same in the same match. And they've brought Poulsen in on goals. He's on loan from Bournemouth. He was in the Canada World Cup squad, so he's got National Series cards as well. And apparently, from Motherwell's second leg last night, he was like sweeper keeper. Like the words I heard in some of the reviews from it was he could have been done from the halfway line.
Yeah, you know, like apparently he's really good with his feet. Like that's his thing. But he's not a great shot stopper.
Yeah. But last man tackles, Muric style is what I'm kind of thinking here. You know, he might give you a 15 if he gets error led to goal and gets hung out to dry, or he might get you a 95 with double decisives and that kind of thing. So watch out for that. But Motherwell, weirdly, I don't want to say they look stronger, but what's missing is Watt and Just and that Dylan Williams and Voigt feel like they fit the bill. And the defence has got two ball playing guys in there now. And no harm to Gordon and McGinn and Welsh, but maybe it just fits together a wee bit nicer all of a sudden. So Motherwell, this is another fun game to watch.
100%. I will add they have lost Slattery as well. Massive loss.
Was it Derby? I'm sure he was at Chelsea as well. Was he not? Was it both? Rico, I've got him in a Chelsea strip on my thumbnail. That's why I've got that in my head. Up the Aussies, there's tons of Aussies all over the league this year, by the way.
And Poulsen was in the New Zealand. I know you might have probably meant to say it, but yeah, he was in the New Zealand squad.
Did I say Canada?
Yeah.
The Canada guy's at a different team, so apologies.
Yeah. But
there's a guy from the Canada squad.
Yeah, he was on loan to like Lech something last year, wasn't he, in Poland from Bournemouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, by all accounts, one of the worst goalies in the league. So, he was on a bad team as well, which obviously don't help. But I think Slattery's a massive miss personally from Motherwell. Never mind Watt and Just. So they've lost three massive players, like on paper.
Yeah.
You know, if they lose Maswinise as well, then that's not curtains, but there's half your best team's gone. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they bounce back. I've still got my Motherwell rookie retros top. Still excited to see how they get on. And then last game, which is actually the first game of the game week, is Dundee United at home to Rangers.
A full Australian front three, I think that is for Dundee United.
Is it really?
Oh, Randall's a New Zealand kid. Sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, not far off. Josh Rollins is a Aussie as well, and at right back. Michael Forbes is a big centre back potential at Dundee United. I think he's got a few senior caps at Northern Ireland, but certainly a proper Northern Ireland youth international player. I forget where they brought him in from, but has already had rave reviews. Big commanding centre back type. They've still got Will Ferry, which is a midfielder card. Actually, is really good for the Dundee United kind of SO5 situation. He's probably better.
They're going to concede, and
but the midfielders are like Dylan Tate's cool, but none of those midfielders are really SO5 friendly. So I think Ferry's a mid might be a wee bit cheat codey. Again, Dundee United have got a lot of forward cards similar to Kelly. I think Rangers are going to win this game. I think Shanklin's going to score. I think Rangers will look good in this game. But I don't think Dundee United are going to be going down without a fight. This will be a Friday night game under the floodies, and Dundee United have got energy and a point to prove with a lot of them. A lot of the players here, new faces and old. So Jack Walton's back. I know you're a fan. Have a Jack Walton from back in the day, and this will be another fun game to watch. I do expect Rangers to win, but it won't be comfortable and it won't be easy. But they'll probably just about get over the line with, dare I say, a last minute penalty. Was that too? Too outrageous to claim?
It's not out of the realm, is it, on a Friday night?
No. But the Rangers team looks really good. Dan Neil and Devlin. It's four centre mids there as well. Asgard Diamande. So the width is going to be Romans, and Sterling.
Yeah.
That's going to be the width on that team. Those guys all rotating and popping into shapes. Two guys up front.
And they've just signed that Makana, didn't they? Or however you pronounce it, from Philly, centre half.
Ganya. Yeah.
Yeah. Got rid of someone offered me like 50 quid for my Super Rare a few weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, I'll take that. And then it was like going to Rangers. I'm like, fuck, here we go. There was rumours of it at the time, but it hadn't really happened. So I was like, I'll just get rid of him, whatever. And it was in season as well, actually, which is a little bit annoying. But whatever, we move on. But yeah, I'm excited to see how the Hearts boys sort of slot in. I'm high on Romans. I think he won't be one of the better left backs in the league, alongside obviously KT. Yeah, I don't know. See how Godfrey does. Obviously, new keeper. Yeah, and like you said, 4 centre mids effectively, 2 sort of 10s in a way, or 2 8s and whatever, and see how this pivot gets on. And two 9s as well, which is really interesting. I know Shanks can drop in, but yeah, I'd be interested to see what Shanks' AA is like playing off Chamiti, because he might just be more involved than a normal number 9 would. I know I don't know. But yeah, I think interesting one that. But yeah, that's the extent of the SPFL this weekend. I guess we do have MLS. We could definitely go through.
Oh yeah.
I kind of forgot that we'd have MLS, to be honest. But yeah, other than that, it's all classic stuff. Do you want to do little break in play, Quinny, or?
Aye. Let's do it. Good shout. And here's a word from our show and channel sponsor. MFL Meta Football League is a football management game that takes this genre to the next level. This is an open network online experience where every club, every opponent you play against is managed and operated by another player, by another person. It's your tactics, it's your wit, it's your squad against your opponents. MFL seasons normally run for around 6 weeks, so this isn't a game that comes out every new football season that you need to go and buy a new copy of. So there's never a bad time to open your account and get your club up and running. The only thing you need to buy or to pay for to get up and running to play MFL is your club. You can buy a club pack from MFL directly and it will randomly generate where your club is located, what city and in what country. Every club is fully customizable. You can name it what you want. You design your badge. Once you've licensed your club and customized it, the first thing every MFL manager takes to is the open market. You've got to build your roster of players. Every player in this game can be bought and sold for real money, which means a lot of active traders really like that aspect of the game, for taking players that are really cheap and undervalued, and along with the player progression, maybe make them into a better player before returning them back into the market. One of the ways MFL takes this game to the next level is every player you own, you are actually their agent. So any players that you own that you're not going to use in your own squad, you can list on the market for loan, where they can go into another squad, and in return you'll get a percentage, you'll get a cut of any of the prize money that those players help those clubs to win. MFL for me really does encompass everything you could possibly want in a football manager game experience. Sign up by using the link that's in the description of this video or in the pinned comment. You'll directly support me and all the content here at the channel, but by doing so you guarantee yourself the best sign up bonuses available. If you do have any questions or you get stuck, feel free to reach out, and thanks again to MFL for supporting the channel and sponsoring the content.
Boom.
Boom, boom. The extended version there. It's been a while since we played that one.
Yeah, I was going to say that did feel like the extended, but that's good. I like it. It's thorough.
Aye. Love it.
Right, MLS time. Into Miami, at home to the Crew. Messi is back in training. Looks likely to feature in the Leagues Cup next week. I don't know whether he's sort of set to be off the bench this week, if I'm being honest, but he does have a percentage, so I guess he is available technically.
Nice.
Bertarame came off stretcher, like whacked his head or something last game, so there's a little bit of something to do with that. So they're definitely playing with a weaker front of three. But the Casemiro's in. He wasn't set to start last week. I think something happened. Someone was a late sort of chalk, and he ended up starting.
Nice.
Didn't really score that well, but did start alongside Bright and Ruiz. Still waiting for obviously RDP to get back in. Other than that, back four's pretty standard, and the keeper's obviously a bit of a touch and go with a couple of mistakes he's made in the last games or so. Still fancy him though at home to the Crew. Still no Brian, what's his name? Can't even think right now. Bryce Mendes.
Yep.
So waiting for him to get up and running. It's not a great crew team right now. I think they're sort of gasping for a player like him.
Defense is a bit men as well, isn't it? Maria, Zwadzic, and
Terrible.
Camacho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not up to much, is it? There's no Amundsen and Chaburkos and
Hmm.
and all the like. So yeah, don't really love that crew team. I think it's definitely a great spot for Miami had they had all their sort of big players playing. Still
Suarez has been
fancy.
slaying.
Yeah, I still fancy Suarez to maybe double DA or something. Yeah, Mikel maybe to do okay. You'd like to think Casemiro does fine. Bright can always do fine enough.
Hmm.
Silvetti's sharp enough to get a 70 or something, but I don't see there being like mental scores to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Is this the Hell is Real derby, Quinny? Oh no, that's not Hell is Real. Hell is Real
Oh,
Cincy crew,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah,
This is Cascadia, the Cascadia Cup.
Cascadia. Man, how the tables are turned.
Indeed, I didn't really
Post,
realise this until I was doing
mate.
review stuff yesterday. Like, oh,
And I
geez,
guess what the common denominator is.
no Phil Neville.
No Phil Neville.
Who'd
It's
have
almost
thought,
like clockwork. You sack Phil Neville and you actually become a decent team and people want to actually kick a ball around and have more fun and score goals. So, wouldn't you believe it? The Timbers have turned it around over the last few games. Yeah, there's potentially some big scores in this because they're facing a Seattle side who are depleted to say the least. No
yeah,
Roldans, no Reagans. No JMO. It's like I know they've got still a few decent players, but man, it's not the Seattle of no Yeimar still.
yeah,
This is like a a makeshift back four to say the least. Yeah, okay, they still have threats. I think there'll be goals either side, but I think Portland are going to batter them, mate. Sadly, I really do.
yeah. It's like the Seattle Academy team in defence there, isn't it? And then
Yeah.
Brunel and Asani Dotson in the engine room. It's like, oh yikes,
Hmm.
Rusnak, Rothrock, and Jesus Walks. Maybe they can carry it. I'm not a big fan of Danny Mazowski. He does work hard, but he's not a
He's
bagsman, is
just
he?
bog standard nine, isn't he, in the MLS? I guess.
Yeah. And you look
Yeah,
at
he's
that front
quick.
four for Portland. If they're pumping now, they're on form. Kelsey, DaCosta, Anthony, and that Velde looks hot to
The
trot. By the way,
man. Yeah.
yeah, and it could be good for them. I do think there'll probably be goals either way. Because I just think that the temperature of these games, Seattle, with that three that supports the striker, somebody will do something. I think, but Portland are probably going to take them on this one. So
I think so. Little
oh,
3-1 or something of the like. I think could be.
feels like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, could be on the cards. The Red Bulls at home to Orlando. Orlando have come out of the break, firing basically off all cylinders. Griezmann's, walked into the side and has really proved to be Griezmann. Not
Yeah,
sometimes you get these players that come over and they take a little time to settle, but he seems to have hit the ground running. Keep an eye on this lad, right, boys? If you've not, he hasn't got a card yet. Justin Ellis, okay? He is literally like a baby Griezmann. Griezmann's come out and said like he's absolutely unbelievable. Like actually, he's like 19. He's got a load. He takes set pieces. Like he's like baby Griezmann. No cards yet. He's got a Uruguayan mother, so I think that's how the sort of flariness comes because there's not many flary American players, sadly. um,
yeah,
but mate, he's an actual player. If anyone's watching Orlando, you'll know about him. So yeah, I'm high on Orlando here. I don't think Red Bulls come out of this game with a win. I really don't. I just don't see it. Red Bulls aren't strong enough for me.
yeah. Orlando always do well with DPs. That's the way I always think of it. Maybe I'm a wee bit biased with some of the ones I've had.
Muriel's,
Yeah, they always do well. Griezmann's been buzzing for MLS. He's ready to embrace it and
yeah,
max out on American vibes. Wants to be
on
pals with all
aura,
the basketball players. Yeah, wants to be
yeah,
pals with all the basketball players and buy some more Pokemon cards and whatever else he's up to while he's over there. I mean, Griezmann loves all the side missions.
100%.
So yeah, love to see that. Orlando typically travel well to New York. So this is like there's really no fear from them. Krapau's a good keeper. Atuesta quietly cooking as well, by the way, since Griezmann showed up. And yeah, if they've got other pieces around them, like you're saying, I think Orlando could be a good one. In terms of away MLS teams, it's going to be hard to maybe see one or two that are better than that. Red
Agreed.
Bulls, though, they're just always a bit weird, aren't they? As soon as you think, oh, they're rubbish and they can't beat MD, they'll probably
Just
go on a
spank
free
someone.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
go on a week 3 game winning run, fool everyone into thinking, oh, they could be good. And then, then you play them and they're not, So
Yeah. 100%. I think they're just a bit toothless, too young. They got legs, but yeah, just not enough quality for me to really match the fours. But not that he's unbelievable anymore. He's not. But there's no like I don't know. I think there's just too much quality in midfield here for Orlando.
Yep.
And they've always had a strong defense. Adding in Dorsey and they're obviously from Houston, decent keeper. Yeah, I don't see how Red Bulls come out of that with a win personally. They might score, but I don't see how they win that.
Yeah, same.
Similarly here, maybe for the old Galaxy, I think it could be the weekend of the aways in some way so far outside of Seattle. Well, yeah, like Dallas are just fucking like they just rat all day. They don't stop, and I just think as far as like legs go, they're just gonna overrun your Royces and yeah, like it's not necessarily a quick sort of back four in Galaxy, and if Moose is starting alongside Farron, they're just both a handful. Like they're just hard to play with. Moreno, Delgado, Kaiki, whatever you pronounce his name, Kaik, I don't know, but they're all just absolutely. They're just so game. Like you can't really outrun a Dallas team right now, and there's goals up front. So yeah, it's proper gung ho football from them. Again, if there's not goals either end of this one, I'll be shocked. But look at this, I don't know.
Robert Taylor and Pete still on the other side. They've got some legs and a bit of
up front they do, but
cutting edge.
Yeah, like Carrillo's and Sanabria's decent. Harbour Miller's a sent like a right back. Like there's just not enough here for me to really sort of worry about. They might score a goal or two, but I really think Dallas end up getting a win. But I'm looking here. Siwa is back in. Oh, wow. Daniel suffered a hamstring injury. Just moved there in his second game, I guess it would be. Wow. That is brutal, by the way. Holy moly. So, yeah, Siwa comes back in. Khalidi was the number one for the start of the season. It was mad. Yeah. They had 3 keepers now. But yeah, really like Dallas there. Colorado at home to Austin. Altitude boys. Hey. I don't really see how Austin win here personally. Navarro's been quiet, but it smells like a game where he just gets a brace and he's kind of back again at home. Yeah, that smells like a Navarro game to me. This one, Pax and Aronson, obviously nice little engine room. Atencio and Hamzat. Harrington, one of the best centre backs in world football now. When we're talking 18-year-olds, like he just is. He's so good. Like he's gonna get a massive move at some point. And this Loic fella, he scored the winner a few games ago. When they beat San Diego like 2 games ago. He actually scored he scored like a number 9 goal. He was just up in the box and just managed to get a goal like 90th.
I don't know if I'd be totally discounting Austin. I see Wolf, Eli, and Facundo in there. Like, so if they get on the ball enough, they could be all right.
Yeah, they could penetrate, definitely, like set pieces and stuff. There's definitely some in there, but I'm just not really having it personally. But it looks like they've gone to a back 5 now. This Presum Slow guy, he was at Norwich and Oxford, I think. He's had a few championship sort of moves. But yeah, I'm a big Facundo fan. I've got every Austin player, as you can see, but like... I just don't think they travel well enough personally to get a result here. But again, goals either side, maybe 2-1-ish. I can definitely see it. And then it's the Quinny Harry trades derby. Under the lights, Friday night.
Yeah. The team is absolutely injury ravaged, by the way. James Sands in at centre back again. Still Malachi Jones back, has to play. Cavallo's playing. Benny Traore's playing. So they signed a new guy called Luigi. I've got his only rare card. And apparently, like, see when New York were announcing the signing, and even when it was rumoured, wherever club he came from, all the fans were piling in saying this guy is terrible. Like, you guys are getting ripped off and all that. He's never worth £5 million and all the rest of it. So we'll see if he plays or not. But I think that's the team I would say is going to play expected 11-wise. There's a lot of injuries everywhere, so it kind of forces the manager's hand in some sense. NYC are on a really good run right now. Toronto, not. I think, I don't know, it's weird with all the injuries to really be confident, but NFM and Ojeda have just been really solid. Andy P is way underrated as well. Now that he's back fit and playing, he's a kind of key midfielder. You're going to really see some good scores from him, I believe. Malachi Jones just always seems to be in the right place at the right time when he starts as well. Really useful guy. And Benny Traore, the other signing who maybe should be good, looks to start here. I'd rather see Magno start, but hey, what do I know? So yeah, I'm optimistic for NYC. I've not really got any streaks going, so I don't really care about clean sheets and that. I'm just kind of happy for decisives to rein in to get me some points. But yeah, this is the predicted team I would go with as well. Don't really know the whole Wolf thing, but Malachi Jones is definitely favoured for like intensity and like
he's quick, isn't he?
But Wolf does like win duels and win the ball back in high areas.
He scores goals as well. Like he actually has had some DAs this year, yeah. But obviously, it looked like he was moving. I don't know, something's happened behind the scenes, I think, and
he's available for 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Which is just like
I don't know who's going to really bite on that, to be honest. He's just not good enough for me. He's all right, but I don't see why you buy him, you know? Like
he's not got like that kind of elite athleticism, you know? Like
he's weird. He's like spurty. Yeah.
But he's good.
Strange. He's okay, yeah. I don't mind him, but
basically just see him going back to Austria, to be honest.
Right. Yeah, and just settling there. Or like a Bundes 2 or something. Yeah, I can see that sort of working maybe.
Like Zagreb maybe, or
Zagreb. Yeah, if he gets on a good team, he could be actually decent. But we'll see. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, Dorsch is at 40%. He could definitely feature. It's not out of the realm.
Did they take Coelho? Did they kill the Coelho dream then?
Yeah, it's tough because Osorio's obviously a bit of a captain and stuff, and I don't rate him, but he's just good. Like he's just old and does the job. He's been around for so long. So yeah, there will be a lot of rotations and stuff like that. Sadly, for the Coelho train, Geordie might come back in. Yes, it's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. It's just sort of like Cordobao's back, Corbenau, sorry, and then Shalloy's still alive. Sargent didn't play last game. Looks like he's back. I don't know. We'll see. Larea played in the All-Star game, but the turnaround's like Wednesday, Friday. But he's a bit of a machine. He'll probably just play. Like, wouldn't surprise me.
Guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he just buzzes off it. I see New York winning. I don't although Toronto haven't really been conceding many, even on the road. So tight New York, like a 2-0 win, 1-0 win maybe. I don't see how Toronto score personally. Maybe with Dorsch though, it could be their savior.
Yeah.
Montreal, New England.
Jack Harrison signs for New England. He will be brilliant when he gets a game. Don't think he's in the building yet, but he'll be great.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think he'll be very suited to MLS. Hard to really call this game, to be honest with you. I've not really followed either of these teams in any way.
And Montreal and not up to much.
Both the teams are covered with. Like Matt Turner's kind of usable, isn't he? That Fofana's looked good in spells.
Fofana's good, yeah. Ethan Koller or whatever, he's good as well.
Nice.
Young lad. Yusuf can pop with AA, comes up with a goal or two now and again. Obviously, Gill's Gill. Turgelman, could definitely pop up. I see Revs win it. I don't see how Revs don't win this. But I don't think they batter Montreal, honestly. I think, tight one. Another tight game. The Fire at home to Charlotte FC. Still no Lau and no Party so far. Hasn't really done much. I know it's only 2 games in.
And they had that whole weather disruption for like the first game.
Yeah, him and Muller played poker, I think, instead or something, didn't they? And just hugged each other all night.
Decisives in a row, by the way.
Yeah, he's had a couple of starts. He's definitely been rewarded for his decisives. But Charlotte are sneaky. I think Chicago do win, but again, I just can't see how they keep clean sheets right now. They just don't like doing it, and especially when BLs, Abadas, they do have a little bit of firepower. Charlotte, Westwood offset pieces, strong defense on paper. Reams back, Toffolo's fit, Adjaman, and obviously Big Kalina in goal. Yeah, I don't think it's a walk in the park for Chicago. I'll be honest, I really don't.
Nah, but a tight game. But this is like Lewandowski needs to debut now here, doesn't he?
Yeah, this is if he's not going to score, he's never going to score.
Yeah, it'd be a bad indicator. Kuipers leaves for Mexico. Levy comes in. It's just like you need to kind of get this moving, or it's going to be a problem.
Especially because you've basically you've changed like the voodoo of the team a little bit. Kuipers has been on it. I know, apparently he wanted to leave. I don't know what the reason would be, but apparently he actually wanted out. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah, like he knew there was interest from Monter, and he was like, "Yeah, I actually want to go," but I don't know whether that was I want to go because Lewan's going to nick my number, you know?
Yeah,
But
feels like
yeah,
that.
watch out. Like I'll be interested because surely Lewandowski takes pens, doesn't he? Now, like he's going to want to take pens.
Yeah.
So that
Stat
definitely
pad. It's the name of the
yeah,
game.
it stifles Zinc a little bit there, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep an eye on that. I don't think Zinc's as zinky as he could be if Lewan's taking pens, you know.
Hmm.
DC Nashville. Um,
Again, bit of a weird game.
yeah, I think it'll be low scoring because Nashville don't tend to score bucket loads, especially away. But
Hmm.
I don't see how Nashville concede. Like if there's any team that's going to not concede this weekend, I think it could be Nashville. Not like
Yeah.
a massive statement. Like they've been so solid at the back, one of the best, if not probably the best goalkeeper so far this season. Um, yeah, I do like Nashville here. I'm not saying I think Canny's going to go and score a billion points or anything, but Surridge might nick a goal. I think it'll be tight. They're favourite away, so yeah, I really struggle to see how Nashville, one, like, don't lose, and then two, I don't think they concede, but what do I know?
Yeah. The Baribo Muntu, like, it's very reliant on service into the box, isn't it? And when you're looking at Waledze, Palacios, like, it's the
It's
guys that will be
hard to get
defending the
around them.
crossing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as if they're going to get tons of quality chances. They might get a few shots away or whatever. But yeah, I could see it, DC not scoring quite comfortably.
Yeah, they don't score the best at times, never mind against, yeah, one of the best, if not the best defence in the league.
Yep.
For sure. And then we've got hopefully a goals galores game. Yeah, gold is back. Looked really good against Cincinnati. I watched the game 2 weeks ago, the week before with my dad, and yeah, I was like, "That's gold. That is from obviously Scotland." He's like, "Oh yeah," like sort of remembered his pedigree and stuff, and yeah, he looked sharp. Scored some wicked goals. Oh, the one goal was shouldn't have, it was his, but whatever. The other one though, he took a really good strike outside of the box. Yeah, left foot, really good. Yeah, smells like goals on paper, right? It's very hard to see. I'm surprised they're that favoured. Vancouver always seem to be like
It's a home
really. I know
advantage
that
thing.
it is, but even away, mate. They've been away the last two games, right? They lost to Cincinnati and they were favoured. They lost 4-3.
Hmm.
And I don't know what happened last game. I can't remember, but they were away and they were favoured again. And I know they're like top of the league and whatever. I get it, but like lost Seb, Muller's like Mullering. Like I don't know. It doesn't seem as obvious as like a not a bet, but you know what I mean. Like, I just don't think they
Yeah,
should be that favoured, especially against LA. Like we're
totally.
talking like best firepower in the league right now on paper. With Son and Buanga have really hit the ground running over the last couple of games, and
Porteous has been ripping.
defensively they're strong. What's that? Sorry.
Porteous has been ripping. He's like 80 quid for the rare right now.
Yeah, Porteous is ripping. Long's back. Chaburko's playing left back. Yeah, there's something going on here. I don't love the midfield. It's okay, but it's not like amazing in any way. But obviously, yeah, these two sort of make up for it. Schaffelberg's got legs as well. I'd be shocked if that's not goals galore,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, he feels like a big scorer.
Oh, sorry, I just missed out on the Kansas game. Kansas at home to Houston. Again, lots of sort of away.
This is a good away game. This is a good away
Yeah,
game.
like there's a lot of like away favourites this weekend in MLS. So
But
yeah,
again, where's Killian Phillips getting into that team?
he's not. Is he? Like, he's just not. Like this Samus, whatever his name is, I can't even say his name, but he was in Bundesliga, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's
Like
a Salzburg Hoffenheim guy.
like they've just got too many midfield. McGlynn couldn't even get a game last week. He was on the bench.
Yeah,
You know, like yeah, I just don't see how it works out for him if he does go there. But yeah, Houston favoured away. I mean, you just can't keep your eye off Guilherme right now. He's just the man, isn't he? Like it's just so hard to get around him. Don Hector just patrolling.
gosh, Hector.
Don
There's wee
Hector,
Bell. There's wee Bell.
yeah, he's the man, isn't he? Artur in there just patrolling in the six, and then McGlynn doesn't play there at all. He's more out here. He's like floating right winger that comes inside. Bogusz goes long. It's kind of the play trying to get him on the ball, get him
Yeah,
space. Yeah, I don't see how Houston don't win. Again, though, goals galore, I think. Like a 3-1, a 4, something of the like. Kansas, Joveljic and Manus, there's some players there. Like, it's not
yeah. Jonathan Bond's in
nobody.
goal for Houston.
Bond in goal. Yeah, he's always subject to a little a parry of some sort. But yeah, I like Houston there. Minnesota, San Diego. Minnesota are favored, which is not mad because San Diego have had a weird like second half of the first half of the season. They've been terrible. Loads of red cards and whatever. Keepers up in the air. Yeah, but it smells like the Pereira show. Again, shocked if there's not goals galore. Beauty of the MLS, of course. Maybe a couple of rotations up here. But yeah, Dreyer's still probably going to be Dreyer. I can't imagine he doesn't get on some sort of DA.
Yeah.
I just don't see a clean sheet, to be completely honest.
I was looking at the form table yesterday, and Minnesota are like crazy bottom of the form table.
They've had a weird year. They lost their manager like last year or whatever. Yeah, they got some individuals, but no, they haven't really got going at all.
I thought this kind of half looked good, but when you look at the Salt Lake team, I wouldn't be backing St. Louis, although I think St. Louis are maybe the form team in the league right now or something.
They've had a couple of wins. Yeah, they've had a couple of home games, and yeah, they've done some business on the field and whatever. Polvara's scoring really well. Tottenham's scoring really well. Obviously, Hartel's Hartel. Lowen's doing his thing. Betcher's had a couple of goals. Yeah, they are looking pretty solid, honestly. But yeah, Salt Lake without Gilavogi. Red card last game, so definitely weaker. Solander's a player mind. Like, he's like a baby Haaland if you've not watched him play. Like, absolute dog up front. Tall, quick. Obviously, Luna's Luna. Saba's coming from Atlanta. He's okay. He'll do you a job. He's not vintage in any way, but, he knows the game. Or knows the league at least. And then, yeah, solid. I mean, Gozo's Gozo. Decent midfield. Sanabrio's at the World Cup. A decent sort of back three as well with Yedlin.
You like Engel at centre back?
This is where he scores the best, see, because he doesn't lose possession stuff, and he has his diags and stuff. His range of passing's amazing. Nice. From this left centre back position. Yeah, he's always finding Gozo out here, and those balls like whipped into the final third. Yeah, he's really got that on lock, to be honest. So yeah, I do like him there. Quinton doesn't really score that well. He's really tall. He's like 6'6". Obviously, Yedlin's Yedlin. Again, I don't see how anyone comes out with a clean sheet. I know I've said it probably a zillion times already. I just don't see it.
Yeah, not many of them going around, is there?
Not at all, sadly. And I think this is one of the worst, especially because like Messi's not alive and stuff. I think this is, if you're on a big streak this weekend, it is tricky. Very tricky. And then we get Philly Atlanta, one of the better matchups this weekend. Iloski's on fire. Yeah, obviously Wagner's back. Yeah, lots of players to sort of choose from. Watch out for this kid. He's coming through now. He's massive. He's huge. He's like 18 years old. I think he scored last week. Yeah, there's some big hype around him. Nice. So far. He's coming to play centre back. Kevin Sullivan's been scoring like really well. Like his AA game is off the charts. Like duels for fun. Couple of attempted assists and whatever, and his brother is actually recovered. He's been off the bench the last 2 games, so Quinn is back.
Go on the Quinn.
Up the Quinn. So he could get a start, they're saying here, potentially. But yeah, Damiani and obviously Aloski up front. Atlanta, terrible, but...
Pico.
And I've got a super rare and a rare. That tells you all you need to know.
Atlanta, man, what are you doing to yourself? What are you doing yourself, Atlanta?
They've put it this way, right? Latte Lath, £20 million striker.
Yep.
Cannot get a game over Fafa Pico.
Oh, Atlanta United.
It's almost like, honestly, whoever's making the decisions at Atlanta should not be there, I don't think. It's just embarrassing at this point.
Have they still got Tata back as manager? Or was I imagining that? Is he somewhere else? Or who's the Atlanta manager?
I couldn't tell you.
I think it was Tata.
Yeah. Who's the Bruce Arena's the yeah, I think he is. Yeah. Arena's the San Jose manager.
Yeah, it's Tata Martino. Jesus.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's only so much you can do, isn't it, when Fafa's your number 9, you know?
Yeah, but Jesus, man. Like, he was the guy who won all this stuff for Atlanta in the first place, and he's been around the block a few times with national teams, Mexico and stuff. I mean, when you see how he's coming back, they've brought Almiron back. You're like, okay, maybe they're going to like get back to, they're going to try and still get our groove back on this. They're playing fucking Fafa Pico up front.
You just gotta laugh at having you.
Oh, Joseph Martinez is kind of my point. You know what I mean?
Right?
Or even
Yeah.
Marcus from that point of view.
100%. And then last game of the game week is Cincinnati San Jose.
Big one for Evander, I think.
Yeah, this is Evander territory if I've ever seen it. I do like Denki here as well. I think he could be braceable. San Jose haven't looked great, to be honest, since the break, since bringing in. Shock horror, right? Like, Word is missing pens. Like, I don't know. It's obviously, Sikaris is still injured, so they're missing their natural 10. Other than that, it's literally the exact same team. Yeah, I think Cincy blow them out of the water here, personally.
Yeah, I can see it. Hopefully Gunn has a good game, just because of hopefully, but I don't think he's going to get many clean sheets in MLS at San Jose. But yeah, I'd like to see Werner do something. I've got his in season, but this looks like a big Cincinnati win.
It does, but Cincy are always subject to conceding. I wouldn't necessarily say Cincy are great for a clean sheet here. Obviously, hard to say that for any MLS team, but I think Cincy run riot to maybe just concede a consolation of some sort. Because they're not that good, Cincy. They are open to being exploited, especially when you've got pace on the wings, and Judd just scores goals. So it would not surprise me if we get goals galore again. I don't know. I don't love it as a week as far as massive scores go. But there is some NFMs and Valdes. You could get a 5 together that could end up smashing. It's just I don't know how many 5s you could make. Of multiples.
Yeah. Like Wagner's a must-play defender, Philly at home to Atlanta there, eh?
100%. But it's like, pick your poison with goalkeepers. I don't know where you're going to... Atlanta could easily score. It's just... as can any team. I do like the Brian Schweik one with Nashville, potentially.
One of the members I had yesterday was quite high on Colorado, goalkeeper.
I don't mind it. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they do come out with a clean sheet at home to Austin. There is a few. Even New York, I know it's Friday Night Curse, but I do think Freeze is in with a shout at being one of the better keepers on paper.
Yeah. Alex is asking about the market credit, so we'll be announcing that at the end of the stream. Hopefully, in an effort to promote the stream today, I'm doing it against the tweet that I put out. Just put it back on screen for you. This one here, the football is back with all the links to the show. Like, retweet, and comment. So far, we've got 10 entries. So if you want to be involved, like, retweet, comment. I will double check the winner. We're going to hand pick the best hot take for the season ahead, and you'll get the $20 of market credits. We will check if you've liked and retweeted, because we're wired that way. That's just the way we roll. So, Harry boy, do you want to show us some team shows what you've got up to this weekend?
Yeah, why
anything
not?
that you need to deadline in with?
Hopefully not, but yeah, I've got a couple of teams. I've just done all my classics. Obviously got my SPFL team off the ground. No streaks for me. I can go to Arena. This is midweek. Look at this, Quinny. DMP, Julian Fernandez.
I had that too.
And I didn't have a sub.
Oh, what?
I know. I would have probably just... Yeah, I might not have won it, but definitely top 5 there. Only 50 points away from 5,000 essence, so... Gutted. Basilva, in his last game for Benfica with 100. Nice. Won a cheeky arena as well, which was nice. And then, bits of 100 essence here. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, for the weekend, we've got SPFL, obviously with the Hearts boys, Captain Shanks tonight. And then all MLS stuff. I'm doing one hot streak with the Toronto boys, and then New York /Philly /Chicago, sort of spread across all these teams.
Looks really good.
Because I've got 2 Wolves, and I'm like, I just can't really bring myself to use one. Yep. But knowing me, I'll end up starting. 4 hot streaks. I'm only on the 2nd streak, so let's see how that goes. And then 2 leaderboard lineups, which was the 2 I made, like the first 2 teams I made. Going for the Cincy boys, San Diego boys, obviously Kai and Big Jackie McGlynn. 2 under-23s. I bought a second Brady because I wanted to just fill out all the under-23 lads I've got. So excited for those to come through. And then yeah, four all stars. I don't have a super rare goalkeeper spare, so I've had to just throw all my like random super rares into a couple of rares here. Not a problem,
Cool.
but I would have liked to have had a all-star super rare team, but whatever, is what
Yeah.
it is. Did one cap to 60 team, and then
Cool.
I've got my in-season rest of the world.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I
We
bought Killian
Paulson.
Phillips.
Nice.
Yeah, my Paulson from the World Cup, but now Jordan Obita's gone to 70%, which I kind of expected. He's at like 30%, so paid like 60 quid for that in-season Obita, Quinny.
I heard you talking about that. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's not
obviously
bad.
yeah, he's not going to be reliable enough to like play him every week or whatever. But in these first few weeks, let's see how many players are actually in there. So
Mhm.
150 and nearly you're basically guaranteed essence almost. 20 places off.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, excited for that. See what
Any
that.
subs you can list just to cover?
No, I don't. To be fair, because it has to be in season, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't have any subs, sadly. Maybe I do have one. No, I don't. I had a lad who I guess he doesn't have a game. One of my lads moved to Brazil from like Alaves. I guess they don't have a game. He definitely played midweek though. Colombato is in season, but apparently he won't play for like he's trying to move from Lyon.
Okay.
So yeah, that's me for the weekend. Only a couple of teams, but yeah, excited to get stuck into things. What about you, mate? How are you looking?
I'm looking quite good. I was just checking my midweeks actually there, so I forgot to check on them. Got a wee bit of essence from the Fenerbahce stack. Didn't do great, but at least I done something. And then this team looks like it got pretty good scores across the defence and that anyway, without being mad. But yeah, DNP Fernandez was subbed out for somebody, I think maybe Braga.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a wee bit of essence coming my way, nothing great. But I need to. So I did my Arena Classics. I'll maybe stick us up here just because the screen's a bit nicer. And I did this strategy last year, so I'm quite well versed on this, but I'm having to try and adapt it to be a bit more 27 focused. So I do see the value in this SO7 setup if you have it, like I do, to play like a team stack. And like if Celtic smash, if Fenerbahce smash, whoever, you should be up, you could be up there for the essence payouts, especially if you've got squad guys, you can use subs quite well, just to make sure you're kind of covered no matter who's playing. But I am way up for like super teams. So I've got like Janssen, Barco, Griezmann, Shaqiri all together kind of thing in a team. I've got Suarez with gold and blah, blah, blah. So I had good fun building the 4 rare teams, 2 team stacks, 2 kind of all-star efforts. And then I've kind of got another Celtic in the limited and then 3 other kind of hodgepodge mashes across all the collections. So hopefully scoop up a lot of essence this weekend across those 8 lineups with subs in a lot of them, not all of them,
Yeah.
because yeah, sometimes it's just kind of not really. Maybe is it worth double checking those subs? Just I think I have covered them all. But I think there's a goalkeeper I maybe missed out on. No, I've done them all. That's fine. Just double check that rare. So I've got all them listed up. I've got a few other bits and bobs. Yeah, I didn't put a sub in that big team. I maybe should double check that. Actually. I've
so
got
many
Shankland on
keepers
the
this
bench.
weekend.
Yeah, I've got tons. I've got 10 freezes and like 10 Sinisalos and stuff like that. I'm exaggerating, but
Did you not fancy arenas like essence
I,
arenas?
I still will have some pieces to play with, I think. But the short answer to that generally is no, because I just don't want to spend any essence early on.
Fair.
I'd rather accumulate. Maybe I'll do it in a week or two, but now I just want to hoover up as much as I can from wherever I can. Maybe just stick Yang on the bench for this one.
Ollie says, Quinny, you've put them all in limited. I don't think you've put every team in limited, have you? You've put
No. I've got 4 rare limiteds deliberately because I don't have classic limited, but the rares can go down. So I've played my 4 best at rare, and then my next best 4 go in at limited.
Yeah.
So I know that, buddy. Thanks for catching me, but I do appreciate that. But this is the same strategy as last year, where I just use my depth to go down the way. I've got Tierney in every lineup, and every lineup he's in, he's captain. So I've got like 5 Tierneys out there. I've used a lot of my McGregors as well for like bases of these squads. Whereas last year I wouldn't do that as much I would try and like, I'll just play Danny Leva, or I'll just play Lodero, or I'll just play random all-star guys for fun
Yeah.
because they fit in a collection. But no, I'm like, Tierney and McGregor are solid, and I'm just kind of, if in doubt, play them to build the other good players with, So try to take that bit of an approach with it. In season arena, I think the only thing I'm playing with here is SPFL, which will be Dundee playing Celtic. I'm just going to be playing them in there, so I won't be streaking with them. I've got double forward, got a sub. It's all kind of fine enough, isn't it? I'm not really going to touch that now, I don't think. But I might, at rare, revisit this because I didn't really realise the head count situation we've got in our favour. So let's check it again. 279. I think that's the same number as before. We're going to be very... Yeah, man, it's going to be hard to imagine we don't get easy access to Essence here. But a lot of my guys are not predicted to start, Harry, is my main issue. So this is... Yeah, basically everything I've got to choose from. I've got a Misa. I've got an in-season keeper for the bench for YOLO. Why not?
Yeah.
My defenders, the only one I've got nailed is playing against Celtic, actually, Owen Bevan. I've got Celtic defenders that are dodgy. I've got a Connor Ronan who's nailed. Other midfielders are dodgy. The forwards are all kind of dodgy as well. So it is like a crap team. I'm going to be like bottom in the leaderboard.
I mean, at worst, you're winning XP,
Mm-hmm. But it's like, do I maybe play Bevan over Murray now that I kind of know the situation, get the starter, and maybe make the sub somebody a bit more exciting, like maybe the Mergam. He might come off the bench against Rangers. So yeah, maybe just do something like that. Baffurin, not expected
2
to start.
seconds.
I think we'll feature, yeah, man, no problem. Jimmy might start, probably doesn't, but definitely features. Yeah, I'll probably just leave it like this. Not really holding my breath, but yeah, that then raises a question on Sinisalo. Is he the best use of a classic spot to have another classic using in our lineup? It would be smarter. No, I don't. Vitov's not going to play, so on and so forth. So yeah, I'll keep this the way I've now edited it to be, I think. So yeah, hopefully we get a wee squeaky one out of that. But otherwise, all my limiteds will be going after and then MLS. I've got my streakers. So I've got an NYC stack. I've got an NYC stack with Werner. I've got NYC depth with Gunn and Yaman, lol. And then I've got NYCB, basically. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I don't think I played any leaderboard in MLS. I just went with the streaks. Yeah, I've not put any for there. That's not going to change. Pitch notes are out right now. We'll maybe review that as we finish up. But we've got $20 of market credits to give away to one of you that like and comment and retweet the tweet today that's promoting the show being back. So if you see this on Twitter, like, retweet, comment. Me and Harry will pick our favourite hot take, which is the comment you have to leave here, and we'll give you $20 of market credits courtesy of Sorare. Thanks again for supporting the channel and supporting the content, Sorare, as we move into our 7th season in partnership, which is fantastic for the channel here. And yeah, I think that's kind of me for the weekend. It's kind of clunky in the sense of there's not an easy screen to kind of look at. I think if we go to this, maybe it can look a little bit better. The lineup page, maybe, yeah, gives us a wee overview. So I've got SPFL, rare and limited punts, basically. MLS, 4 streakers, all-star, 8 classic setups with all my depth and all my big collection pieces. And yeah, I think that's the size of it. I've also got SPFL Arena to set for tonight, which we'll wait for the Rangers team to come out. Or the Dundee United team is what I'm mainly focusing on here. So yeah, that's maybe the other thing I wanted to maybe play with before the deadline comes. Is there another SPFL Arena team I could make that's kind of good, that's from the depth pieces that I won't be using? So I'm just going to maybe click around with that for a minute, Harry, with you, if you fancy it.
Yeah, of course.
So I've kind of did the tail of the tape of everything. Leaderboard. Oh, no, I'm getting in-season arena. SPFL limited. And let's add a team. So yeah, goalkeeper might be the hard part of this, actually. I don't think I'll get spare keepers unless we're talking about Sinisalo or something. I've got 2 spare Sinisalo, so I'll use one at limited. That's fine. That's cool. So, for example, Haslak is going to play for my Hibs team, I probably don't need. Where was that Hibs lineup from earlier? Is McGrath in midfield? I wasn't sure that he was. What's his Celtic reflexes there? Sorry. What was the Hibs team looking like? Yeah, I'm not even sure I've got a Hibs mid. If McGrath doesn't start, they're playing Motherwell. So actually, yeah, I might play Hibs leaderboard actually. Yeah, let's maybe do that. Play Hibs on. No. Well, yeah, no, let's play Hibs on leaderboard because I'm going to back Motherwell probably on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll need a midfielder from somewhere else that I'm not using. Like, if I use, what am I going to be using for Aberdeen? I plan on using Yogan, Ronan, Hap, and probably Breedle. So maybe Nesta. Nesta will be free. So am I going double defence maybe? Nesta. Not sure what midfielder I could pull out, but that's I could, yeah, Bailey Rice I need actually. Priestman I need. Yeah, actually midfielder's kind of tight for me. Let's look up front. Is there spares that are obvious? Yeah, John Jules and Hugo. I could use the boy Ring from Kelly. I could put Ring in there. And then, yeah, I'm missing or needing a mid. We'll check out Armstrong's been doing. Sorry, I realised I didn't change the screen back around.
That's all good.
I think Armstrong's been playing in the Cup. Which mega cheap classic do I go for just for this game week? Denke or Navarro? Only for this game week for a streak.
I think you go
I like
Denke.
Denke. Yeah. Hi, Armstrong's been playing. I'll maybe stick Armstrong into this. It's Capitano.
El Capitano.
I don't think I'd have any space for any subs. Although, let's maybe put the Mergam in here as a sub. So I don't think he'll start for Dundee United. And I don't have any in-season keepers for subs. That's fine. Okay, so let's try this. I just want to double check how that leaves me for the streaking stuff. So, the Aberdeen team, I would have that. Guido, Ronan, that. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Cool. I'm quite happy with that. So I've got two leaderboard teams now. I have a Falkirk striker. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I feel a bit better now. I've got another lineup out there. Maybe just do a wee bit of farming for me. I've got some wheel spins as well, Harry, and we've got some pitch over.
Yeah, get
Then
them
we'll
going.
build the winner. Spin this wheel. Hit the like button, guys. We're very close to our next lucky number of 88. We're very, very close. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I was in the fish tank again. Was that my noise? Was the audio break up there? Or is that just me in the wee zone of building teams?
Yeah, potentially.
Just run into a wee swimming. Oh, is my audio? People are saying I'm swimming. My audio breaking down. Sounds okay to you, Harry?
Yeah, I couldn't really see any difference.
Interesting. Yeah. My mic's fine. I'll flick it around 2 seconds. There we go, flick that around. Oh, golden spin.
Have you won any credits from the wheel? Yeah, I've not.
Nah, nada. Be interested to see how many credits Nep gets from that wheel because he's got infinite spins.
Yeah.
I think Rico Man got some credits once or twice. But yeah, I've not had any myself, bud. Oh, okay now on the mic. Awesome. Yeah, so teams are all locked and loaded. I'm planning on coming back live for the Dundee United fixtures. The team sheet's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know where. Maybe this place. Maybe Harry's place. Maybe the Scottish channel. Maybe I don't know. I probably won't do it there, but I'm kind of like open to anything, I suppose. So I'm sure there'll be some content later tonight when the games are coming because we want to see team sheets, a wee bit of kind of like colours again, a wee bit like sets. Like we're all kind of tapping in. I know not everyone's got like Dundee United Rangers stacks or whatever, so that's why I'm a wee bit. I don't know how it will go, if that makes sense. I'll be watching the game, so I won't be streaming watching it, but I'll maybe jump on for a wee bit to do team sheets and talk tactics and whatnot. Kind of like that little super team about, or the Dregs team, Dundee. Kind of strategically, I'm not going to be playing them in streaks. Play that over there. So I'm quite happy with all this. So yeah, how are you thinking and feeling for tonight, Harry?
Yeah, excited. Hopefully Shanks gets off to a good start for me as my skipper, and yeah, no, excited for the weekend. We're not like back, but there's definitely stuff to get excited about, and then I'm buzzing for obviously New York tonight as well. So yeah, a few bits on tonight to get us through.
Nice. Tactical value. I'm around the 50 spin mark at this point, and please get credits 3 to 4 times. Fair play to you.
Interesting.
I've had
Rashi saying, why is Engel at 60%? It looks like he's going to West Ham.
Yeah, there's been developments this morning, Rising Rashi, that he's got verbals by West Ham, and that could progress really quickly. It's funny because me and McBride were live on the Celtic channel yesterday, and he was reminiscing about the time that he played O'Reilly, despite there being like, oh, he might move to Brighton, and he ended up DNPing. And then, when you know it, feels like Engel's a wee bit of history repeating itself in that regard this weekend. So that's why watch out, Engels might not make the game, quite simply. Okie doke. So yeah, this is the tweet that we ask you guys to go and support for the show today. Sorare have given us $20 of market credits to giving away. We're looking for likes, retweets, and comments. I'll give this last order. The comment is to be a hot take for the season ahead. Any kind of hot take you want to give us, me and Harry will have a look at them in a moment, and we'll pick our favourite. Ideally, you've got your Sorare manager name in the tweet so that I can tell Sorare who the winner is very easily. Smegma won yesterday. In my experience, Smegma, when we did this with gems, they kind of tend to release them all in batches. They didn't like do every winner individually. Sadly, there's not much I can do about that. But every time a winner comes, I tell them straight away. So there's a constant kind of little nudge going through that you guys are winning stuff. And so watch out for it. I do tell them as soon as it's done. And then we cross our fingers and wait for those Sorare gods to bestow us with the market credits, as it were. Martin said they rejected a bid for Engels. Is that today? Watching out for that. So, Harry boy, ready for some hot takes?
Come on, let's do it.
So we've got, I'll refresh one more time. We have 21 entries. We've got Ian, Chermiti to outscore Shankland.
Okay, yeah.
Mikey Basson, I will hang up the boots after this season. I don't know if that's a hot take. Celtic round of 16 Champions League.
Ooh.
Which is the second knockout phase. Vinny Jr. to sign for Arsenal and help us to win first UCL. I don't know if the Vinny deal's happening or not. But it's a hot take if it happens, I guess. A Champions League win.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Dundee United to be this season's Motherwell and finish top 3.
Ooh, that's hot.
Now, he says you heard it here first, but if you listen to the podcast with me and Hendo, the receipts are on the internet. I don't know if we quite went to top 3 like you did, buddy. No, I didn't actually. I said Hearts would remain top 3, so I suppose that is quite a hot take. Sorare 27 hot take. Jared Bowen tops the goal and assist table for Europe.
Jesus, not out of the realm.
It's a hot take for sure.
It is hot though, yeah.
Sunderland win the Europa League from Pev.
Whew. That's hot.
I like that. Yeah, that is hot. Both Dundee teams will fight very hardly for Europe.
Wow.
Don't know how hot that is. Nick Pope to Celtic, bookmark it. Hoofed. That's a shout. Hot take. Falkirk to be relegated or playoff spot. Motherwell would keep themselves from last season. Rangers to win the league. That's a hot take. Arsenal to win Champions League's a hot take. Aston Villa will struggle and finish outside top 10. Oofed. La Liga Rare. I will win. La Liga Rare. Love that, James Wakefield. That's definitely a hot take. When on the Sorare channel, love that, mate. Thank you, Assets and Sport. Dundee United to win the SPFL is the hottest of takes so far. And thank you so much supporting the content. Love that. Harry, did any of them jump out to you as a favourite?
I think I like the Sunderland one.
Sunderland Europa League.
Yeah, like for me, a hot take has to be like obviously very hot, but it can't be too hot to where like it's just like incredible, like it's so far out of the realm. I need it to be like yeah, like there's like a 5% chance that thing could happen. I think that fits the bill for me with the Sunderland shout. I gotta be honest.
If I did like that tweet, I wasn't really cognizant of what I was doing. It was because it's a hot take. Like, yes, confirmation. I believe that's a hot take. So you like the Sunderland one to win?
I don't mind it. Yeah.
It is a hot take from Skenny.
Like the Arsenal ones for me, like they got to the final, like it can't be that hot of a take, you know?
Sure. Yeah, I like the Sunderland one. I kind of like the Jared Bowen one.
Jared Bowen one's funky as well. They're my two favourites, I would say.
The Chermiti one's kind of fun as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put it to a wee poll on YouTube, right?
Yep.
I need to end my last poll. So we've got Liam Pev in one corner, and we've got Luke Jones in the other. What's the hottest it takes? The Sunderland Europa or Bowen European top goals and assists? Get voting now. If you've not done so already, smash the like button. We're on 80. We need to get to 88, guys. We're very, very close to the deadline. We need to get to 88 likes or we're all screwed. We're going to craft terrible cards when we get to it. We're still going to somehow manage to get DNPs, or you're not going to be picking subs. Something's going to happen and go against you. Get the likes hit, get voting on the poll. What do you think is the hotter of the takes? Sunderland to win their first European trophy and become Europa League winners by the end of the season, or Jared Bowen to hit vintage European form and be, I don't know, scoring probably the thick end of 30 goals and probably getting the thick end of 20 assists in the Championship with West Ham and being top goal and assist provider combined in Europe. I don't know if you can win the Golden Boot from the Championship. I don't know if you need to be a top tier entry for that. But
yeah, good point.
I think that's the kind of thing he's aiming at. So I don't want to say to win the Golden Boot because he might not actually be allowed to, because it might be like a top flight thing. Fact check me on that. Happy to be corrected. And we'll leave it open for another minute or two. We need to get... I'll leave it until we get to 88 likes. We're on 82. We need to get to 88. We're almost there. We're almost there. Keep the votes coming. Keep the likes coming. How are you thinking and feeling for later on, Harry Boy? You got any... Are you going to be lastminute.com and into streaks, or how are you setting up from after the show?
Yeah, no, I don't think this weekend will be my microdosing weekend, but yeah, it will be one of the weekends in the near future. I do think Contender could be for me. Contender is probably going to be the most fun for streaking because there's going to be so many different time slots because there's just so many different leagues. Obviously, we've got a couple of in-season ones, which is what you need, and then obviously all the classics. So yeah, I think that's where I would do the experiment, just because it's probably cheapest there. So I think you could have the most like volume of fun with the least amount of money. Yeah, and I'm starting from scratch. I have no limited, right? So it's like I'd just be buying cards, buy 5 cards, lineups out. Let's see what I can get going. Can we do streak 1, 2, 3 in a day, whatever, and just see how quickly you can climb up the old ladder. But no, I don't think I'm gonna get stuck in. But then I don't know. We do have the boosted streaks and stuff right now, so there could be something there to chew over. But right now on paper, no. But we'll see. You know.
Fair enough. Keep the likes coming, guys. Harry Contender Boy trades, catching the flag again, contendering it up.
New season, new Harry trade, you know.
Indeed. Right. The poll is very tight, by the way. Very, very tight.
Is it really?
Very tight. Started off quite Sunderland heavy, but now it's kind of tightened up. We've got a few more likes to get. Come on, guys. We can't end the show without getting to 88. And we'll find out who the winner is when we close the poll at that point. Keep the votes coming. You can feel Liam and Luke are signing into all their alt accounts right now and voting away. Keep it coming, guys. Likes, hit them up. 5 more to go. And we've got enough luck locked and loaded for the weekend. Keep it coming. Keep the votes going as well. It's tight. You guys decide on this one. And let's put it like this. I will be back live on. I'll say I'll be back here tonight, right, for Dundee United, just building a team for it, and then off we go. And I'll be able to give away credits on that. So jump back later. We'll have another wee credit payout for you. But keep voting on this one. Another couple of likes, another couple of votes, and we'll be just about there. I'm going to stick Harry's screen on because it looks like he's building some lineups and doing some bits and bobs rather than just looking at our 2 mugs.
Just doing some missions.
Yeah. Easily forgotten.
Very easily. Loads of these bits are easily forgotten, sadly, in this UI. And just don't really love it, but it's, I don't know. It's fine, but everything's so, like, tucked away in corners, and it's like, I don't know if I need to see all this just to click like a ladder. Like all this space, what? Give me something.
So yeah, all fun and games. Oh, we're almost there, and the voting is getting tighter and tighter by the minute. Nah, I don't think it'll be a big old show because I need to go and watch the game. Like, I need to actually do content for it now. So no, I won't be doing that tonight. I'll be live on the Scottish channel at 5 to do like a weekend catch up because there's been tons of moves that have happened since I've been away that I just need to get across and understand and kind of update everyone on. So I'll be live there at 5, so in like 2 hours from now. And then I'll jump on here, do some Dundee hot streak building, and that'll probably be all she wrote for me today. But tomorrow I'll be live on this channel early doors, so we've got 2 people to give 2,000 MFL away to. So we'll be drawing that on tomorrow, which is the 1st of August. And I don't know, me and Harry might bump into each other over the weekend. We might have a wee bit. We might have a wee bit of, some more lineups to build maybe or something.
No immediate plans.
Again, Sorare said every time we do a streak or a video, we can give away money. So I'm kind of happy to do everything I can for you guys. You need to turn up and support it. We need to be hitting 67s and 88s for fun. We're sitting on 85 likes, guys. Come on. We've got enough power in the chat to do 88. Help me, help you. I want to give away all the cash, but we need to be getting the likes up. 67 and 88. Hit those numbers up. Fixing lineups is a bit of a pain in this UI. It is a bit clunky getting around everything, isn't it?
Big time.
Still not perfect. I'm a lot more used to it now than what I was. But it's not as like before. You could just see everything you had playing and everything you'd built and everything you needed to build, and now you don't really have that vision. I think that's the main thing that's maybe missing for. I was smashed it. We're through to 89 likes now, so we'll end the poll. And the winner is Liam Pev. Congratulations to you, mate.
Go on, Liam.
My phone's over there. I'll go and get it just now and tell Sorare. Pev United. 20 market crediotes.
Yep.
20 Sorare dollars, whatever we're going to call it. Sorare. Pev United. Should we just have a copy and paste message?
Yeah, literally. Get AI to do it.
I'm just going to double check your name on Sorare. Liam is like Pev United. It's not like I'm misspelled it or misremembered it or anything. Pev United. Yep. Boom. Sent.
Love it.
Thanks for the votes, everyone, says Liam. All because Nep watches and doesn't like. Oh, rude. Do you think so? Is Nep not on the now? There's no way he's watching the now. I think he's working, isn't he? He's on.
To be fair, I looked. He went off stream about 9 minutes after we started. I saw.
Oh, cool. Well, I was listening to him a bit this morning, but fair enough. Maybe Nep has been here. Nep's a good guy. Nep would have liked. Although I did say I did say to Nip, and he said this on his own stream, but I was listening to him when he was on with you and Laird, and in the intro, like I timestamped it in the comment section if anyone wants to go and have a giggle, but he's like, yeah, you two guys and Quinny don't do any fucking content, and I'm sitting there on a wee holiday, like trying to fucking try to have a wee minute away from it with daily content behind me for the last 2 weeks, and I'm like, man, I know it's a joke, it's all jokes and that, but you know, it hurts, man, to think
Cuts.
somebody thinks I've not done it, and I'm like, it's all my fault, obviously, because someone thinks there's no content there. Maybe should have done a better job pushing it and whatever. But good jokes. But I was catching strays. You know, there's been a lot of strays flying around. You know, in the community. Nep's been catching some strays of his own as well, I'm sure. But yeah, all good banter. And Nep's a good guy. I'm sure if he was here, he'd have hit the like button. Of course, he owes me for the strays.
I was just gonna say then, Quinny, on the topic of the $20 credits or whatever we can give away. I just released a video about 3 hours ago on my channel, and I'm giving away in the comments over there the $20 as well. So head over to that video, go give it a like for me if you don't mind. Have it on in the background. It's a beginner's video, so like it's not going to apply to probably many of you in here. It's just explaining all the game modes that we have for Sorare 27. But yeah, I'm doing a little $20 giveaway in the comments. Just leave your Sorare gallery name in there for me, lads, and yeah, you'll be obviously in with a chance. So just little side note. Sorry.
Get it all while it's coming. Get it all while it's coming.
Yep. 100%.
Awesome,
take advantage of it.
And we're at the deadline as well. We've done everything. Boom.
You made it.
Harry boy, it flies in, and it feels like we never even stopped.
I know. Baby Trades has behaved for once. It's on track.
Happy with his new contract.
Yeah, he's happy with his new contract. He just signed a 3-year deal with Miss Rachel. So we've introduced Miss Rachel over the last week or so, and he seems to he's definitely not opposed. So long may that continue, and appreciate everyone watching, and obviously so good to be back with you, mate.
Yeah, pleasure, man. And again, thanks to everyone that turned up today. Really appreciate it. And I know this is the first deadline show, and it's only really Scotland and some other bits and bobs, but over the next week or two, there's a few more leagues coming back, and before you know it, we're going to be at the end of August. It's all going to be shiny, and all the 27 reviews and transfer windows and all the good stuff will be happening. So I look forward to getting stuck back into all these. But like I mentioned before, in case any of you are just joining, we will be kind of iterating and evolving the content over the weekend for the deadline show and for anything that can kind of fragment from it. Any requests or any suggestions, always welcome. Drop it in the comments, reach out to us directly. We're always very receptive to feedback and insight. So feel free to continue or to contribute in that sense. And me and Harry will do our best to put our heads together and come up with some stuff anyway. But it's for you guys. So for something you guys know that you want to see or you think will be good, bring it on. We're always all about that. But yeah, have a good one, guys, and we'll see you soon. Check out Harry's video.
Appreciate it.